Okay, we're streaming now. Swapnil, you can start.
Okay, just a second. Just confirming, am I audible to everyone? Cool. So, hello everyone. I am Swapnil from IIT Guwahati. I shall be hosting the final round of Disrupt today, along with my partner Karan. I would like to begin with a quote by Robin Williams. Vision without action is merely a dream. No matter what people tell you, words and ideas can change the world. Lots of people have sparkling ideas, but there are only a few who decide to do something about them now. Not tomorrow, not next week, but today. The true entrepreneur is a doer and not a dreamer. We are extremely fortunate to have amidst us some great stalwarts of the business world who have shown unprecedented courage in translating their visions into reality. On behalf of ESEL IIT Guwahati, I take this opportunity to accord an extremely warm welcome to our wonderful galaxy of charismatic judges, enthusiastic participants, and all attendees to Disturb 21, Northeast India's largest B plan competition. Disrupt is the brainchild of Udgam, the flagship event of ESEL IIT Guwahati, which was conceptualized to spread the spirit of entrepreneurship amidst IITG community as well as the youth of Northeast India. A wide plethora of activities were conducted under the auspices of Udgam this year. To name a few, lecture series, AMA sessions, panel discussions, Northeast Conference, PMX product management, etc. This year's Disrupt is very special as it is being conducted entirely in the online mode due to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, we have tried to convert this adversity into an opportunity. Online mode has helped us in eliminating physical restrictions and it has taken us to a much larger audience. I'm extremely delighted to share that this year we have more than 240 teams who have registered with us, which is more than twice of last year. So what's at stake today? There are prizes worth 1.5 lakh rupees. Besides that, there are additional incentives like mentorship, consultancy, and business tools for all the finalists. Finalists belonging to the Northeast and social categories will receive additional benefits as well. Over to you now, Karan.
Thanks, Swapnil. Uh, as you all know, we would have loved to have conducted the event offline and welcome all of you to our beautiful campus. But as we know, due to the COVID-19 restrictions, that wasn't really possible. But nevertheless, this year Disrupt is online and much bigger and better than the previous year's edition. And we're very glad to have a stellar jury for today's competition with us, consisting of Mr. Varun Verma, Vice President at Lightbox, Mr. Deepak Chandran, CFO, Wipro Consumer Care and Lighting and Angel Investor at Inflection Point Ventures, Mr. Sonal Saldana, Senior Associate at 314 Capital, Mr. Vamsi K. Mula, Investment Associate, Lightspeed India, Mr. Fenel Zaveri, Senior Investment Associate at Lead Angels. Unfortunately, Mr. Shashank couldn't be here with us today due to some reason. So we have Mr. Suraj Iyengar, Analyst at 100x.vc. Now let me quickly recite to you the rules of today's competition. The participants will be called upon according to their slot and the time for each pitch is strictly 5 minutes. There will be a warning on the completion of 4 minutes on the chat and you will be asked to stop at the end of 5 minutes. So please make sure that your pitch doesn't really exceed 5 minutes and the pitch will be followed by a 5-minute Q&A by our judges. Now, before we start with the first pitch, I'd like to go to the judges and ask if they have any opening remarks or want to share some tips for the participants. Starting with Mr. Varun Verma.
No, just good luck to everyone, and I look forward to listening to all the pitches. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Mr. Deepak Chandran, sir.
Really excited to be here and looking forward to an afternoon of some wonderful interactions between the participants and the fellow judges. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sonal Saldana.
Thanks for having me and looking forward to this event. I think being online it makes it possible for all of us to participate. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what everyone has to say. Pitches look interesting already from the scorecards that we've seen, and all the best to everyone who's part of this event.
Mr. Vamsi K. Mula.
Yeah, super excited to be here. Looking forward to the pitches, and would request all the participants to just be calm and just pitch what you feel like is the right thing. So looking forward to all the pitches.
Mr. Fenner Zaveri.
Yeah, thanks for getting me on this panel, and also, congrats to you guys. We're gonna really great job, and just all the participants, just give your best shot, and it's fine. You'll do great job there.
Mr. Suraj.
All the best to all the teams, and hope you find some great value in this event.
So, okay, I'd want to thank all the judges for their inputs and valuable insights. Now, let's just get started with the first pitch then. First up is OxyHeal.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get started with your pitch right away.
Right. I'll just share my screen 1 second. Yeah, can you guys see my screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Yes, Swati, go ahead.
Yeah, so good afternoon. This is Team OxyHeal, a startup working for localized hyperbaric oxygen therapy. 60 lakh every year, 60 lakh patients suffer from chronic wounds in India. So what are chronic wounds? The wounds that do not heal in the predictable amount of time, or that generally takes more than 3 months to heal, are categorized as chronic wounds. For example, diabetic foot ulcers, peripheral vascular diseases. And very often these untreated chronic wounds result in amputation because the novel traditional clinical treatment modality isn't sufficient. Now, imagine that there is this one tissue that is damaged, as you can see in grade 3. And because of inflammation and pooling of blood, the oxygen supply to the wound is cut off. So this wound tissue will try to drive the oxygen from the peripheral tissues, resulting in more damage and ischemia and reduced oxygen supply, resulting in gangrene and necrosis, as you can see in grade 5. So amputation is the only option to prevent its further spread. And amputation is not just a physical disability, but also an emotional trauma for the patients. And but in the presence of oxygen, it results in the proliferation of granulation tissue and acceleration of wound healing process. So in simpler terms, healing requires energy, and oxygen is that currency that provides power for the tissue repair. So the currently available treatment options are the hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber and the negative pressure therapy. In HBOT chamber, it's a specialized compression chamber where oxygen is supplied at a very high pressure, and the cost of one such chamber ranges from 60 lakh to 5 crore in India, and it can be afforded by very few corporate hospitals. And also the major disadvantage is that pure 100% oxygen is supplied via respiration, so it results in free radical damage. There's barotrauma, there can be oxygen poisoning, and also the exorbitant price for the treatment. So this is where OxyHeal comes into play. We aim at providing humidified hyperbaric oxygen supply so that it will reduce the free radical damage. We are portable and easy to use. Also, there's a drug delivery system attached to the device that can deliver drugs like prostaglandin subcutaneously to reduce inflammation. Next set is taken up by Smith. Thank you.
Yeah, so there was a video here, but since there's no time, we'll show you at the end if we get time. So coming to the business plan, the currently available market for wound care is 10.43 billion, and it's expected to rise to 15.59 billion by 2027. About our competitive advantage, the tissue PO2 level in our device is higher than other portable devices like Natrox, and the risks and side effects which Swati told about HBOT chambers are avoided in our device. Our device, we expect it to be available everywhere because it's an economical and a portable device. So how do we enter the market? We first find hospitals open for innovation, and we do that by attending medical device fairs and conferences. We build a network through that and scope our early adopters through that network. Our revenue streams include direct B2B sales with hospitals and franchises of hospitals through guilds. The device will be sold on one-time basis, and the reusable will be sold on a recurring basis. The cost of our product is 20,000 and we expect to sell it at 3 lakhs. The reason for such huge margin is that it is a product from us to the hospital, but they can use it as a service to multiple customers. So our progress till now, this is a video showing how our product, what we have built up till now. So yeah. You set all the parameters here, the temperature of the humidifier and the pressure and everything. And then, as you can see, the oxygen is supplied through occlusive bandage. So coming to our progress till now, we are currently refining a prototype. We have recently received an Easy Prayas grant of 9.3 lakhs. We have also, Dr. Latish from Father Muller Hospital has agreed to be our principal investigator. And with the help of statistician, we have decided the sample size of our clinical trials to be 168. We have incorporated our startup and we are Oxyheal Private Limited now. Also, we have filed for provisional patent and we'll be filing for the final patent soon after the clinical trials. We a 5-member team from NIT Suratkar. There are 2 medical collaborators and 2 engineering collaborators who work on the website and the user interface. We have mentors from AIMS Delhi, IB Hubs, and KMC Mangalore. Till now, we have bootstrapped our company by winning various startup competition and awards, and these are some of these. So together, let's improve the quality of wound care in India and provide effective and efficient treatment for chronic wound patients. Thank you, and we are open to questions now.
If I may start off, what exactly is the plan to commercialize this? Are you looking at selling the device itself, or are you looking at a SaaS sort of model?
So we are currently looking at selling the device directly. We have got letter of intents from few hospitals in India, and there's a lot of, I think it's a very innovative product, and the hospitals are looking forward to buy it.
Okay.
Quick question. You had 2 alternatives as competition, right? There was the HBOT chamber and the other one, which
right, negative pressure therapy.
That device looks similar to yours, but I read on one of the slides that it's not available here.
Also, sir, the device, the wound extruder is removed from the wound, and it can be only processed in few type of wounds, and it requires special type of trainings to the doctors and the nurses. And our device is very simple compared to that. And it can be used on all the device, all types of wounds. Our device, yes.
And is there like some efficacy study that you've done on the effectiveness of your?
Yes, sir. Look, this is a proof of concept we referred to while developing the product. This says that the localized HBOT therapy and the whole body HBOT chamber works on the similar principle. And the currently available devices like Natrox, which employ normobaric therapy, our devices increase the tissue PO2 52 times higher than the currently available devices. This is the IEEE paper.
But have you tested it and seen it works for sure?
No, sir. We were planning to have clinical trials, but because it's getting delayed because of the COVID pandemic.
Got it. Smith, just one question on the IP. Is this an implementation of a concept that you? I see a IEEE paper linked, but is that an implementation of the concept, or is this IP that you worked grounds up?
Sir, like this is a paper we referred to, but it doesn't say how you can supply localized hyperbaric oxygen therapy. The whole technology behind it is us, and that is what we have patented.
Understood. So you expect to do trials in Father Muller's, is it?
Right. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood. Okay. With conversations with the hospitals, what is your expectation in terms of the pricing? And you also talked about the consumables. What are they willing to pay? And how do they charge patients for these therapies today?
So currently they're charging around, this therapy, HBOT therapy is supplied in sets of like 2 hours per set and 3 hours per set. And they charge around 6,000 to 7,000 for one such set. And like this type of devices are not available in government hospitals right now, because the cost of such chambers is from 50 lakhs to 6-7 crores. So our device is like significantly lower than that. It's like we tend to sell it at 3 lakhs. So a lot of doctors have approached us. Like one of the doctors also told us that it's fine, I'll just test it without the clinical trials on my patients. So, but we denied it because we haven't got approvals right now. But I think there's a lot of demand of this kind of product, and the selling price is kind of accurate, 3 lakhs, around 3 lakhs.
Okay, thank you.
Just one question on the manufacturing. Where you guys planning to manufacture the device and what sort of cost are involved?
Sir, so the manufacturing, so regarding manufacturing, so most of the manufacturing, we are planning to outsource the different components, and we are planning to assemble them and probably do QC testing and then sell the devices.
It will be all Indian-based suppliers.
Yes, so also adding on to that, we are registered in Bangalore currently, and we're going to be starting the manufacturing hub in Bangalore itself.
Hey guys, can you talk a bit about your background and how you came across to solve this problem?
Yeah. So there was a TEDx video which we saw in 2018 about a girl suffering from chronic wounds. And then we decided to monitor such type of wounds so that doctors can better heal it. Then we talked to various doctors from AIIMS, Delhi, KMC Bangalore, as I told you about our mentors. And they told there's no such portable device for chronic wounds available right now. And you can provide this therapy in a low portable device. It'll be great. So then we started working on it, consulted various doctors, various engineers on how we can provide it. And that's how we came. And then we thought it'll be great to have 2 medical doctors on board with us full time. So there's Swati and Sudan who's helping, who are in final year of their MBBS, and they're helping us from the medical standpoint.
So what are the other challenges that you foresee?
Main challenge will be getting approvals for clinical trials, but that now is little bit better for us right now because we are in talks with the director at DCGI. He's the deputy director at DCGI and he's helping out with the process. So this was the main challenge to get all the approvals since it's a medical device. It's the most regulated sector. So, but yeah, we are currently in talks with a lot of people who can help us with that.
Right. Okay.
Right. Thank you. If there are any more questions, we are up for taking it up.
In one hospital, how many of these devices do you expect to exist, be sold in?
Sir, in one hospital, actually, if you think about government hospitals, around 150 people come every day for chronic wounds. Okay, and from that, 75 patients require oxygen therapy, and our product can be, on one day it can be used on 3 to 4 patients. So based on that, we plan to sell around 15 devices to one hospital, or a big government hospitals. It depends on the size of hospital again. Yes, sir.
The 5 minutes allotted for the Q&A session are actually up. So judges, shall we move to the next presentation?
Sure. Fascinating stuff. Good job, guys. Keep it up.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
Thank you for the time and listening to us. Thank you.
You guys.
Thank you for the opportunity, sir.
Okay. Thanks, Team Oxyheal, for the wonderful presentation. Now, next up, we have Samatwa.ai.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible. You can start now. All the best.
Yeah. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. Are you able to see my screen?
Yeah, it's visible.
Horizontal.
Okay.
It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. So good afternoon to one and all present here. My name is Nihal from team Samatwa.ai. Innovations that create equal opportunities for the differently abled. So now before we start, let's just look at a problem statement. India is home to 172 million or 25% of the world's total differently abled population. And this is a huge number. And companies in India, they lack the technology to conduct differently abled recruitment, training, talent management, talent acquisition, and other HR processes for these differently abled recruitment. So what they do is they utilize the traditional technologies which is already available, and because of that, it creates, it's not very feasible for this diversity recruitment, also called as a differently abled recruitment. And another consequence is because of the lack of these certain technologies, differently abled employees feel cumbersome in working in companies without the right technology, because since most of these workplaces are all mostly customized for the general category of people. So who are we and how did we realize this problem? How did we identify? So all of us, each of us, we are like, I'm Nihal and others like Vishal, Siva Prakash, Vijay Lakshmi. We are from the corporate world. We have work experience in the corporate world. Like Vijay Lakshmi has over 15 years of HR. She's a HR professional from working in a company. I also used to work in a company for 3 to 4 years. So in our environment, while we were working, we identified this problem. Now, what is the problem? Like, what is the solution, in order to compensate this problem? So Samatva.ai, we are India's first AI-powered, automated, differently abled HR and recruitment platform. This is a diversity recruitment or a differently abled recruitment, which is a different recruitment space, not the regular recruitment space. Which is our platform is integrated with 6 cost-effective and feasible assistive innovations for the differently abled community. When I say the differently abled community, it means visually impaired, hearing impaired, speech impaired, and the physically disabled together. So our vision is to ease a company's differently abled recruitment, training, talent management, and other HR processes, while simultaneously empowering the differently abled people with our assistive innovations. So our 2 stakeholders of our solutions are, on the one hand, the primary paying customer are the companies, and the other hand, we are the differently abled employees who we are empowering. So our unique AI platform is a software with automated AI agents, which takes care of the entire recruitment process, which automates it through AI bots. So that is what we have developed, and we also have a copyright of it. Along with that, we have unique assistive innovations. So these assistive innovations aid the recruitment process for the companies, and at the same time it enables and empowers the differently abled people for the day-to-day activities. Like, for example, we had to build 6 innovation after 2.5 years of research and development. We had to build certain innovations which will suffice, like the attachable bone anchored conduction device for the hearing impaired. This is created through Alexa. We also have a intellectual property utility patent grant for it, and then the cost effective smart class integrated with our app. Then Alexa and Google-based stay-at-home talent assessment, unique interpreter app for the speech impaired, a unique programming language for the blind, and India's first, Braille keyboard. So all of this together works with the software and enables what we are targeting. So we did a comprehensive pilot test, and our first person with disability, Mr. Shiva Prasad Dasari, was recruited through Samatva.ai in Accenture in India. I will show you the pilot video also of which we conducted, and this is one of our major achievements. We have completed 2 pilot studies in 2 companies in Bangalore currently. So our market plan is we're a B2B2C, product platform and a product as a service. Here we license our products and solutions to companies based on a subscription model. Companies leverage these products for their recruitment, like I mentioned, diversity recruitment and other HR processes. At the same time, differently abled employees also utilize our products for the day-to-day activities within the company and outside the company as well. It can be utilized. The second part is, as a socially responsible startup, we have a give back program. We donate our solutions, with to differently underprivileged students of differently abled schools and institutes. So we partner with Rotary clubs and CSR division of corporates to achieve this. So our revenue model and pricing for companies, 3 models are there. $1,230 for a 6-month period per 100 candidates. And again, professional is $2,555 for 6 months per 100 candidates. If you see regular, it is only the software where we license and we charge. It's for a 6-month period per 100 candidates. So this falls around $12.3 per candidate. This is less than 50%, more than 50% reduction in what companies are currently paying for this thing. Now, professional model is both hardware and software involved to get $25.5 per candidate. Customized is based on the requirement of the company. So the addressable market is in
Hello,
India alone.
excuse me. Your 5 minutes are up.
Okay, I'm just wrapping it
wrap
up.
up in 10 to 15 seconds. Yeah,
thank you. Yeah. The addressable market in India alone is a $3 billion. Diversity recruitment is a $3 billion market. So we generated revenue around 6 lakh rupees after our 2 pilot studies in Accenture and 3M Applied Science, major corporates in India. So the competition is Samatva, Metal, along with us is Metal, Facebook, and Kori. These are in the regular recruitment space. We are in the diversity recruitment space, a very niche market. And this is the article which is there about us, and on the net you can go and Google it as well. I'll just skip this. The major thing is we are benefiting the companies on one hand, as well as the differently abled employees and graduates together. So together we are empowering both companies as well as these. These are our operations currently. And this is the investment required. We are looking to go to market by around April of this year. And we require certain funds in order to move ahead from our pilot study. That's it. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, Nikhil. Sorry, Nihal.
Yes, sir.
I think you mentioned it, but what motivated you to start this? And
Correct.
how big do you think this can become?
Right. So it started all when I started working at Accenture, sir. So what happened is Accenture is one of the major recruiters of differently abled candidates and people from India. So what happens is whenever these candidates used to come, the general recruitment space, how it goes on, no, like it's a long, tedious process. They do mass hiring, they do, and one more thing, let me tell you, this happens every fiscal year. They hire around Accenture alone. I'm talking about hires around 1,000 to 2,000 in a fiscal year, 1,100 all over India, 1,000 to 2,000 differently able people. But in the Bangalore office where the major recruitment thing takes place, they used to face a lot of problems, a lot of hurdles. The software was not feasible for them. There were certain technologies were not available for them. And there was coincidentally, I was working as a research engineer, and with me there was one more coincidentally a speech impaired person. Now when I talked to him, when we together when we started working, I learned a lot of things that the problems they face. And while upon further research and again from different companies like TCS, Wipro, all these are major players. They hire a lot of people, differently able people. Same problem was there. Something was required to solve this problem. And companies knew that, and that is why they accepted the pilot test also. We got a very good rating as well, sir. We have a video where we did a pilot test with the employees, the actual employees of those companies. I don't have time, so I couldn't show you. It's a very beautiful video where it shows how our solution is, easing their problems by a lot.
Got it.
Nihal, thank you so much for the presentation. I just have a question around pricing. You mentioned a bunch of different pricing options. More than what the price is, what I want to understand is how do you think about this pricing? And the fundamental question here is what sort of value do customers
Correct.
right?
Correct.
So if we're thinking behind pricing and the value that customers see, that will be very helpful.
Right. So we took around 1 year time post our pilot study to create the pricing model, sir. So what we did was like this. So when we started our first pilot study, it was a major breakthrough for us. It's also available on the net also. If you Google Samatva, you'll find it. When we did the pilot test study in this company, one of the major concerns the management had was this. Okay, you're giving us these certain solutions, but how is it reducing? How is it going to help us? Like, yes, it definitely improves the user experience for the candidates, all these different label candidates, but how is it going to help us, to decrease our cost or overheads and all that? So when we did a thorough analysis, as a research engineer, when I worked closely with the HR and recruitment team, I found out that they're spending, like right now, a company spends around $75 for hiring, for a talent management, acquisition, everything, whatever I showed you, what our solution does, they're spending $75 in per candidate. Like that, multiplied over 1,000, 2,000 just in a fiscal year, they're spending a lot of money. Now, our solution, we had to design in such a way, our licensing, we took even consideration of our manufacturing and everything. So all our hardware devices, we have a manufacturer who's manufactured all the finished products and all. So considering all that, we had to formulate a pricing model, sir. And this is now more than 50% reduction in their companies, and they're happy with it. They paid our we got our first revenue from Accenture itself, around 6 lakh rupees through this pricing model, sir.
Yeah, thank you for my answer.
Nihal, Deepak here.
Yes,
so you mentioned that you have a few devices, and I was looking at the deck that you had sent offline. And then there is some software at the back end. Can you talk about how these two work together?
Right.
Because
Great question, sir.
I mean, some of them are blind, some of them are for the speech impaired.
Right. So, okay. So the entire in our Samatva.ai, the only independent thing and which is separated from these solutions are the software. So it is all in automated AI agents. I have video which shows completely, but because of time I couldn't. So what it does is it automates, like for example, your interview processor. Now what happens is when a differently abled person sits to a recruitment, right, or a speech impaired person, let's assume. Now what happens is when he sits there, he needs to have a translator, next to him who translates everything, right? All the entire process. So what we did is we created an automated one where all AI agents take care of the entire thing, the process, which is aided with this first attachable bone anchored conduction device for the hearing impaired. All that they have to do, so the uniqueness is, if the laptop is in front of you, the software is taken care of. Just have to plug this device to the laptop and put it near his ears, and the software and the hardware works hand in hand. No translator or whatsoever required. For translator, a company pays for 1 hour, they pay around 3,500 rupees.
Sorry to interrupt. Actually, the 5 minutes are over. So shall we move on to the next one? Or if you would like to wrap up in 10 to 15 seconds, that's
I'll
fine.
just wrap up. I'll answer. This is a very good question. So I'll just answer this. So what happens is, so the software plays along and the hardware along with it, like for the hearing impaired, I'm giving an example, it plays along. So the person is able to conduct that recruitment. He's able to undertake it. So we tested this and it is saving a lot more money for them. And the best part is they don't have to buy the products from us, sir. We are licensing it to them, which again works out well for both of us also. And we learned that companies, they like the licensing model better than buying direct, rather than we sell it, they prefer licensing it. So that is why we had to create these, and that successfully we completed. And we are India's first, this solution, diversity recruitment, India's first. It's there on Google also. And because of that, we got another major player, 3M, one of the global companies, right? 3M India. So with them also, we got a funding as well. And got a very good chance to, conduct the pilot test. And we finished that also successfully. The thing is, sir, these companies, they have clients. That is how they refer us. That is how we move forward. That is how we scale up. And all of these companies, this recruitment process happens
Sorry
throughout
to interrupt, but we are actually over 7 minutes now.
Okay, I'm done with my answers. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so thank you, team Samatva.ai. You were really awesome. Now, next up we have Esathi. Are you there, guys?
So can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah.
You may start.
Anupama,
Yeah,
you can share the screen.
Yeah, I'll share the screen.
Yeah.
Is the screen visible?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, judges. We are team Esathi from IIT Kharagpur, and we are here to unlock Bharat's true technological potential. So out of close to 700 million internet users, we realized that only 23% of them have transacted online, while that number is close to around 85% for countries like China. Now, this shows that the high numbers of internet penetration do not exactly translate into digital adoption. Moreover, these non-transactors are more prominent in rural areas, and their internet usage is restricted to apps like WhatsApp and YouTube. Therefore, we identified that the problem is there is a neglected section of the society, primarily known as the Bharat users, who are the non-tech-savvy internet users and are still not comfortable with digital interfaces. They live in this constant fear of what if something goes wrong while using a mobile app. Through our primary research, we also validated our problem that the most prominent reason for not using mobile apps is that these Bharat users find it difficult to navigate through various apps. So once we validated this grave problem, we went on to find out our assistive solution, Esathi. Esathi is your all-time digital friend that provides assistive hand-holding at every step in the mobile app through an interactive user interface and audio-visual assistance in multiple local languages. So these are like hand pointers and voice instructions in the background that handholds the user till the task is completed, and therefore now the user exactly knows what to click and where to click. I think it would be apt to describe eSathi as the Google Maps for apps. So we have completed the prototype on Realme, Paisa app and Paytm app. Let's have a quick look at how eSathi assists a user in sending money through Realme Paisa app.
मोबाइल नंबर द्वारा लॉगिन करने के लिए
So this is our prototype on Realme Paisa app.
मोबाइल नंबर डालिए और यहाँ क्लिक करके आगे बढ़ें। आपको 5 अंकों का OTP प्राप्त हुआ होगा। उसे यहाँ डालिए और वेरीफाई करें।
So this is a control button through which the user can select the language, mute an instruction or repeat an instruction.
ऊपर दिए बॉक्स में प्राप्तकर्ता का नंबर दर्ज करें या लिस्ट में से नंबर चुनें। ऊपर दिए बॉक्स में राशि लिखिए और यहाँ क्लिक करके आगे बढ़ें। आपका भुगतान सफल हुआ।
Right. So imagine how easy it would be for a first-time user to initiate an online transaction if we had eSathi in that. So the way we plan to implement eSathi is by partnering with apps that have their main user base in tier 2, tier 3 cities. We offer them our eSathi service as a customized SDK that finally gets integrated into their mobile app. In the entire process, we do not take any screenshots, nor do we store any data externally, thereby taking utmost care of the privacy concerns.
Coming to our key partners, eSathi is not a separate app on the Play Store, but rather a software development kit which we will be selling to the existing applications who will be our customers, and these range from the transactional apps and the service apps or even the governmental apps. For our launch phase, we are primarily targeting tier 2 and tier 3 apps with around 10K to 10 million downloads like the Realme Paisa app just shown. And in this phase, we are also keen to focus on our client-led marketing and search engine optimization. The end users of eSathi will be the technophobes who currently face hesitation while using our partner apps, and these people primarily lie in the age group of 40 plus and across both the rural and the urban areas. We are currently the second assistive UI platform in the market and face direct competition only from Genie.io. There are other not so efficient methods like video tutorials or AI chatbots, but these are often rendered as inconvenient and do not provide assistive handholding to a technophobe like we do.
We follow a two-tier subscription-based model. So the client has to choose their plan as a combination of one each from the two tiers. Tier 1 decider depicts the choice of facilities, while Tier 2 specifies the payment cycles of the subscription service. So the total price would be the product of price factors of those specific choices from each tier. We calculate the exact value internally based on the specific client business metrics. So our journey so far has been pretty memorable, starting from understanding customer pain points, doing telephonic interviews, pitching to venture capital firms, and expanding our tech team to finally finish the MVP development. We are currently in talks with several prospective clients like Realme Paisa for pilot, while at the same time dry running on numerous local apps. If we manage to scale comfortably in the B2B space, we also have a long-term vision of expanding to the B2C model. Now, all of these have only been possible because of the constructive feedback and dedicated mentorship we received all over the years, ranging from the panel of the iCreate Accelerator to the Inter-IIT Tech Meet to the Young Innovators Challenge. So thank you. That's it from my side. We would love to take your questions now.
Hey, there's a company called Navana Tech. I don't know if you've heard of it, which is doing something similar, right? They've obviously they seemed quite mature when I last met them. How is your product different from theirs, or and so I mean, and also driving adoption of this is not at least getting. How do you get more B2B apps to use this? Because at least from my conversations, it didn't seem like it's a straightforward sale.
Right. So in terms of our value proposition to the business clients, so our simple mission is that we let the businesses do what they are best at, and we take care of driving the digital adoption in the tier 2, tier 3 cities. So right from creating enriching onboarding experiences for the clients to driving adoption by nudging the users where they want and help them create the most important journey of their app. For example, if it's YOLO Bus, the ticket booking app, so the most important journey would be transacting for creating online booking for their bus. And also, we also encourage these clients to help them to help their users discover the complex features in their app, because now they don't have to worry about the digital adoption, and they can very well do that through eSathi. So also they have a competitive yeah.
For all these businesses that you're talking about, like that the core business is building technology, right? It's not like they are a bank that is suddenly trying to set up online, YOLO Bus or any of the others like Byju's and so on. They're all digital first businesses. So this should be within their DNA, right, to do all this and not build complex features or build a clean onboarding experience. What is it that, and why can't somebody then just copy your onboarding experience and implement it across the apps in the future?
So our product is not really limited to the onboarding experience. So it is also throughout the journey of that person. So say that we have a startup, we have a B2B we have a B2C company that is doing pretty good, and they know all the tricks in the trade, but they wouldn't be willing to give that effort or dedicate their tech team towards building that thing for their customers, which they can outsource pretty easily from firms like us. So yeah.
Also, right now, our go-to-market strategy would be to target those applications which have, let's say, downloads in 10K to 10M. So these are tier 2, tier 3 applications, and they are in their early growth stages. So once we build some credibility in the market, and along the process, we also take our product to a certain sophistication level, then we would be targeting some big tech giants who might build this technology in-house if we directly reach out to them.
And also, Tushar, I just want to understand whether your platform will answer any voice-enabled query of the user. Let's say you want to try out some features, want to conduct some transaction on the platform. You just ask on the orally over the app, I want to do this, ye karna hai. So whether it will answer that query or help them out with that expert as well.
All right. So right now there is no asset voice input. We just have the voice output. So right. So these will be flows which will be told to us by the client app that, let's say, give them a tour of कि यहाँ पे click करने से transaction होगा, यहाँ पे click करने से होगा. So once the user clicks, we get to know what the user actually wants to do, and accordingly we guide them in the whole process.
Got it. I think that dialogue will really help the customers, because usually they don't know how to use the platform. So even answering that query in native language, one feature you should look into.
We can actually look into that. The only issue with that is that it will take some part of the memory, and it will be a bit intensive. But ours is so we are actually altering the UI, and we are building a new assistive UI space. So we are not really doing this as an add-on. So it is an assistive UI. Yeah.
So there's a company who is funded known as Nikki.ai. I think you should check them out.
Yeah,
they're trying something similar for the Bharat population, but they have their own platform, but you can check them out as well.
Yeah, this sounds very similar to Nikki, what Nikki is doing. Yes. Almost exactly the same. So I'm an investor in Nikki.
Right.
Yeah. So we are also.
So you should look at them, see how you're different, because what you're describing sounds very similar to what Nikki is also trying to do. And my follow-up question really is, how are you looking to acquire and then monetize customers? If you can just talk about that a little bit more in detail.
Sure. Anupama, if you can go to the revenue model slide and explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we follow is a 2-tier subscription-based service model. So we offer our eSathi assistive service to our clients, and they will have to choose from either tier 1 decider and a part from the tier 2 decider. So if they choose, let's say, the premium package, which offers them our 7 to 8 eSathi enabled
Sorry,
flows, and
actually the time is up. If you could wrap it again.
Yeah, I'll just quickly wrap it up. And along with that, they choose from tier 2 decider for a quarterly service. So the pricing would be the functions of these two, FOA into HOP. So right now, as we are in our early stage, so we have kept that A and B would be internally decided according to the business metrics, like the number of downloads, the monthly active users. And once we onboard a few clients, then we would basically generalize this pricing strategy for everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, team eSathi. So super presentation. Next up, we have team Influencer.
Yeah. Are we audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you see us? And let me just share my screen once. Just a second.
Sure.
Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible. You may start now. Thanks.
Cool. Hey, we are Inflow. So now to talk about market opportunity, let me give you two examples. First, when TikTok came to India, a content revolution was created where anybody and everybody was creating videos. Why? Just to get a few more likes, more followers, a little bit of fame, and some brand collaboration to earn quick money. So these average people have a lot of aspirations and desperation, but they have nowhere to go. They cannot partner with agencies or go to brands directly. Second example, let's talk about businesses. Everybody wants to build a brand, and a brand is only built by people's trust. That's why brands want to hire celebrities, which is not an option anymore because there are high costs involved and they do not have any personal connection to the consumers. On the contrary, hiring social media influencers is a very complex game, as in how to find the right people, how much to pay them, when to pay them, and how to measure the results. That is why we have created the Tinder for influencer marketing. Infloso aims at standardizing and democratizing the industry of influencer marketing. We cater to the masses, just like how Airbnb came out in the vacations and rental industry in 2008 and standardized the market. We are doing the same with this industry. Coming to a customer journey, we are live at www.infloso.com. From signing up on our platform to getting money straight into your bank, everything happens in just 5 clicks. Coming to our target market, only 1% of businesses are big and 1% of social media users are celebrities. Rest 99% of all businesses are small and 99% of all social media users are like you and me. This is where the mass and chunk lies, where nobody is catering to. Today's youth doesn't spend time watching TV, reading newspapers, seeing billboards. They spend their time on social media, and brands have figured this out.
Coming to the market size of influencer marketing, the industry has grown to a projected $1.6 billion in 2016 to a whopping $25 billion in 2025. The TAM for the industry is $18 billion and the SOM stands at $5.6 billion and the Indian market itself is $1 billion. Coming to the competitive landscape, there are not so many direct competitors in the space we operate. For example, No Filter, which is a traditional agency, is unaffordable, inefficient, and unreachable as they cater only to the big brands and influencers. Their ticket sizes are too high and they operate on a behind the curtain model. Whereas Infloso is affordable, efficient, and reachable as we cater to the masses and our platform is open and democratized. In order to bridge the gap in the industry, we use proprietary AI, ML, and data science-backed models in order to solve fraud detection, relevancy-based matchmaking by profiling, and data-based insights such as ROI tracking, etc. There are no bars, no contracts, and the control is in the hands of brands and influencers. We pay the influencers in cash, not in redeemable points, not in coupons, but in cash. Our platform is free to use, just like Facebook. No onboarding charges and no subscription charges. We cater to 9 social media platforms in order to create diversity and the ease of influencers in order to do their campaigns and marketing. Influencer marketing is proved to produce 7 times the ROI of the traditional advertising. But the magic actually happens when we work with micro and nano level influencers, as this number blows up to 30 times the traditional advertising. Revenue model. We have a 6-point revenue model. Our current model is based on commissions. We charge a flat 10% commission on every transaction that is done through us. The other 5 models kick in at different phases. We have done a 6-month rigorous research, and our first leg of beta is done with 1 brand and 52 influencers. Our phase 1 launch will be rolled out in Feb 2021.
Based on conservative projections, we'll have a user base of 3.91 lakh users at the end of our first year and 1.5 million users by the end of year 2023. We'll have $2 million in annual recurring revenue after 18 months of our operation. Coming to our traction, we have 1,218 influencers in the pipeline for onboarding even before launch. Currently, we are doing our second leg of beta with 5 brands and 500 influencers with companies like Remedico, Spraymint, etc. And we have commitments from 17 brands and 50 top tier influencers to get on board our platform once it launches. We aim to raise around $450K to fuel our next leg of growth, in which majority of funds would be used for marketing, followed by tech, operations, and R&D. Coming to our team, I am Laksh, the product guy. I have analytical eye for building products and processes from 0 to 1. We have Teja, who has worked as a deep learning engineer and loves building scalable and robust data-driven systems. And Utkarsh is our business guy with diverse experience in venture creation and marketing. He has built multiple companies with revenue crossing 5 CR. In the end, in Floso, our purpose is to empower people and make advertising real. Thank you.
Any questions, guys?
Hey, so quick question. Are the influencers exclusive to your platform, or because there are many platforms now to search for influencers, right? Or to identify who are the right influencers?
Yes, sir. So currently we don't have any influencers which are exclusive to our platform. Our platform is an open platform where anybody can come and sign up. They don't have to indulge in any sort of commitments or any sort of contracts. We have an open model where they can come and apply in the campaign, and post the campaign completion, we track the results and we pay them. So we have a complete open and transparent model, which differentiates us from other platforms and agencies as well.
Talk a little bit more about your competition, Laksh.
Yes, sir. So coming to a competition, so you can see a competition landscape as well. But talking about a competition, I can segregate them in 3 segments. The first is big companies like social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook. The second competition would be agencies, and the third competition would be different platforms which exist in market right now, some of which we have mentioned here right now. So companies like Facebook and Instagram won't indulge in the same business model because they work on a digital advertising model. So this would be counterintuitive to their own company standards because they have to share the revenue with the people who use their social media platform. Talking about agencies, these are people who work behind the curtains with a lot of commissions. They have a lot of control how the campaign is executed. So if they go for a transparent model, they won't be able to earn their commissions. Plus, they have a lot of manual resources involved. And the third, different platforms like Chatterbox or Reco Social, these platforms don't have an open and transparent model. Either they are solving the problem only from the brand side or from the influencer side, but R is an open platform where we are not tying anybody. Anybody can come and apply on a campaign. We have a free model as well. So this is the major differentiation. Yes, sir.
How do you ensure quality of influencers that come onto your platform if it's a completely open model? How do you filter out the wheat from the chaff?
Yes, sir. So we'll be doing a data-based model where we'll be looking at various attributes of how the profiling of each and every influencer is based on the kind of images and videos that they post, the kind of brand engagements they have, and the sentiment analysis of the people who are following them. Sorry?
So basically, I'll just repeat it. We track what is the engagement around all of these posts. I think somebody unmuted themselves from the participants. Please, Swapnil, take care of that. So I was saying we track the comments, the likes, what is the spread of their post, what kind of images they are posting, what is the attributes of those particular images, which category they are belonging, what is the kind of audience engagement they have, what is the location they belong to. And we take all of these and we have our own AI and ML models, which we continuously train so that our algorithm becomes much more and more robust. So that is how we ensure relevancy, and we have high matchmaking between these brands and influencers. Plus, there is a human element as well, because after we segregate all of these influencers, the brand is the final authority to select influencers from a batch of people. So there is a human plus an algorithm approach in our model.
Hi, Laksh. How do you plan to acquire new brands?
Okay, so currently, this is just this is a chicken or egg problem if I have to lay out in just one sentence, because either we need to have brands or either we need to have influencers. Who will come first or who will come later? So to solve this, we are planning to launch in phases first of all. So our idea is of creating an exclusivity and hype-based marketing. So based on our funds usage, we have already told that we aim to utilize a lot of funds for marketing. So we'll have people who will reach out to brands as a B2B sale. Plus, we'll have all of these influencers who will come on our platform so that the brands would also be there. So basically, it's a combination of a B2B model plus our industry connection. So I know people from Liberty, people from Spraymint. So these are the brands which are already in our pipeline, which we have mentioned as 17 brands from we have commitment from. Plus, we also aim to introduce some aspects like Influencer Academy so that we can teach these influencers. So once we have a very high and we have a stickiness from influencers which are highly engaged on our platform applying in campaigns, the brands would automatically follow. So in this way, we are catering to both the sides of the demand and supply problem, and we are having high campaigns and high influencer stickiness.
Any more questions, judges?
What channels are you working with today? Is this what are the various channels you support?
The various channels which we support. So currently we have a web app which is live at www.infloso.com. So we started with a website because it is easily accessible to everybody and anybody. People don't have to download any apps, and we have two different sites in our platform. One where you can register as a brand, and the other where you can register as an influencer.
Sorry, this is, I mean, the channel for the influencers. Are you doing purely Instagram, purely TikTok, etc.?
So just like we mentioned, we are live on 9 platforms. So what people miss out is they mostly focus on just Instagram and YouTube because they feel there where the large engagement happens. But we are also catering to platforms like LinkedIn, Twitter, Tumblr, Medium, because all of these bloggers, how do they engage right now is they have to go to brands. These brands tell them ki whatever click comes on your website, like if I'm a blogger, whatever click comes on my website, then only they'll pay us. So we are solving all of these inefficiencies.
Sorry guys, the time's up. If you could wrap up quickly.
Yeah, I'll just sum it up. So we are solving all of these inefficiencies because we have we use different APIs to tie up all of these users through all of these platforms.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Okay, so thank you, Team Infloso. That was a really energetic presentation. So, next up we have Team Mavericks. Are you there?
Thank you.
Hi. Yeah, Vindaj, I'll just share my screen in a moment.
Sure.
Are you able to see the screen?
Yeah, we can see it. You may start now. All the best.
Thank you. So hello everyone. I'm Shaurya Panpalia, and I have two more teammates with me, Anish Srivastav and Akshan Baranwal. So our idea is trade-off. I'll just start off. So starting off for the brief introduction, how we came up with this idea was that this was a no-brainer. That participation in today's capital, market in India is totally underwhelming, considering how big the market size is and how uninterested the people are in investing. Rather, the peers are more focused towards saving money. The investment part has not picked off the steam in the youth, and which is our main target, which I will come on to later. So this is the problem, that the retail participation in stock market is very underwhelming, as we said. And the main barrier which is preventing people from coming in the capital stock market, share market, investment market, is the lack of knowledge, and along with the indolence to learn new things regarding this. And the solution we propose is a platform which focuses on generating engagement through community and peer-to-peer interaction. So our focus, the motivation for this idea was that we are students of IIT and IIIT Allahabad. So we come from reputed engineering colleges, and we are in the business clubs of our colleges, and it wasn't very hard for us to see that how the trading and the management side, trading, equity management side of their funds, of their own, and the need to become financially sound and independent was largely ignored by our peers. So the motivation came from there, to disrupt this industry in focus, and this meant something that we bring something unique to the table by integrating the two booming industries of tech and stock market. So the problem we went deep into the problem. We floated some surveys, and we found out that people are not really into a stock market because of these three things: high brokerage fees, which was charged by brokers and people offering advices; very low engagement with the peers. So you don't nearly see any online engagement with your peers or with any other random investor. You may see it in offline, but on a common public platform online, it's near to zero. And the third is the lack of proper guidance and fear of losing capital, because of course share market, mutual funds, all these are advertised as a risky businesses. So there's a fear of losing capital, and at such a young age or at any age, you this is what keeps makes a big barrier and an obstacle to keep people from using their funds wisely and investing wisely. So the solution that we propose is not something like a brokerage. We are not proposing something like brokerage, which already Zero does, Upstocks or India Bulls or any other Sher Khan or HDFC, any of these stock brokerages are doing. What we are proposing is that our main focus, as we said, was on integrating the finance, the share market, and the tech industry. So the solution we propose is more of a social media platform, for the stock trading, specifically for the stock trading. So the basic step ahead was to capitalize on this unorganized nature of the trading community. So organizing the unorganized sector was our main focus. And so the customer profiles that we are targeting on is let's see this. Someone is a college student and wants to invest his pocket money. Mohit is a recent graduate and just started out his job, so he has lots of capital, new capital that he's getting from the company from his salary, but is unsure where he wants to invest. And so finally, some a trader, an experienced trader who wants to help out more people and at the same time monetize the same stuff. The market size that we're looking for is population is we have divided the market size, and considering the factors, the total addressable markets after two disintegrations comes is still 18 to 35 years of age, which is the total addressable market we have at hand. Then after middle class, we take into account, we have the serviceable addressable market, and the willing people are willing people are the 30% of those people, and this puts our market size at 4.68 million. Now what are we, first of all let me address what are we exactly building. So we are building a site where a primary aim is a website where people can engage. Our focus is on user interaction about the share market as a whole. So you get to post stuff, you get to post stuff on the social media specific to the share market or anything that goes on in the investment world. And you can post stuff, you can comment and something and have a better reach for your ideas and get valuable insights and ideas from other people or established traders. The next thing that I'll move on to this key differentiators. So this is it's kind of a stock
Excuse
market.
me, your 5 minutes are.
All right. So this is what the key differentiators are the stock market focused microblogging platform. Then we provide premium chat rooms to discuss the trades with established traders and the stock news. And so yeah, these are our financials if I want to look at. And the revenue model, and I'm open for the Q&A. The revenue model is basically of the promoted posts. The premium model, the promoted posts is where we provide you ads, and the premium model is where we provide you private chat groups. So you pay to get into private chat groups and engage with already experienced traders, and something that is already happening in the real life. So we're bringing into an online platform and the marketplace where companies get to pitch in their products which are specifically focused on the investment side. So these are the three revenue models, and we are quite confident in these revenue models. And something this is our yes.
Mavericks, your 6 minutes up. 6 minutes are up already. Sorry to be interrupting you, but we need to move to the Q&A now.
Yes, sure.
Shaurya, can you talk about the go-to-market?
Yeah, so our go-to-market, this is a market size that we want to capitalize on, which is basically this comes out to be 4.68 million of interested investors, but we are still the go-to-market that we target right now is 1 million users in 5 years, something that we think is very much possible. And it's something that, because it's a social media platform and how the social media is booming right now, and integrating it with something that would give you capital gains is our main focus. So something of that sorts. So we're aiming at that industry, which would at people who are interested in capital investment, and of course everyone is on the social media, so it would be very easy to switch and a smooth transition from social media to the stock market, to the share market.
So, no, I mean, how do you intend to seed this platform with users?
I'm sorry, how do I?
How do you get your first set of users on board?
Yeah, so our MVP is currently in the development stage. We are looking forward to onboarding at least 500 users and start off with some users at hand, 500 to 750 users, and we are hoping to take off from there by going public after we have that set of users, and so we can ever expand after that.
Well, I'd also like to elaborate on the aspect that first of all, we also have a group chat thing, for which we were, for the engagement purposes, we would try to tap in some people who are experienced. So we were looking at some options like advisor equity and those kind of deals. So yeah, first of all, we try to advertise it by, on our college level only. We started from there as well, and try to get some experienced people on board. We look at options, we try to tap in them as well.
Anish, sure, a quick question. Why aren't platforms like Zerodha and I guess Kuvera and Paytm Money and all these other guys, where a lot of young adults are, already have been acquired to do different sorts of transactions, why aren't they better placed to create an extension of their products to offer the social media, so to speak, angle that you're thinking of, rather than having a whole standalone product that does this and then you go elsewhere to do everything else?
Can you please repeat the question? I was actually struggling to listen to you.
Yes, I'll take up that question real quick. This is because Paytm and these giants aren't focusing exactly on the stock market thing. If you look at the securities companies like Kotak Mahindra, the Kotak Securities, HDFC Securities, Axis Securities, these are companies that are primarily focused on the stock market aspect, and something like Zerodha is doing. So it's the same question as why didn't Zerodha tie up with Paytm to help people buy stocks? So stock market, we think, is another niche community in itself, and targeting it and combining it with the social media is something that we're looking at. So Paytm isn't necessarily someone who will want to be willing to part ways from its primarily revenue source, which is payments, and not exactly stock market. So we're more focused on the niche segment of the stock markets and combining it with social media. So yeah.
Sorry for interrupting your flow. I think even some similar question for me, right? Currently, there are players who have acquired these potential investors, young investors. Wouldn't it be easier for them to extend a community angle to it, rather than you guys acquiring it as a community and then trying to have other value props like investing? So the question is, which is the better hook? Which do you think is the better hook, and what is preventing them from growing a community, and how will you do it faster than them?
Yeah, so exactly. So if you look at our interface, it's basically more focused on the social media side. So someone like Facebook isn't necessarily, if you look at any social media site, let's say I'm taking a Facebook, but any social media site, so, or Twitter, so they aren't necessarily going into the social media site because they already have an established market of social media where people are already posting stuff related to anything. Now if we create a social media site, our primary aim is a social media site, and when and this is our target is the stock market community. Now what you are asking is that someone like players in the market that have a focus on the stock market, they divert from stock brokerage and enter into the social media platform. Now these are two things that are widely real big bubbles in their own. So it would be really difficult to incorporate one in the another when you already have one functioning thing. So and while bridging the two things, the two big markets of social media and stock market, and creating a go-to like upfront site that has already that already has a link between the two, is far easier than diverting from your main goal and then entering a new market. So and of course, and it hasn't been done. That's the main thing. If it weren't, if it would be be somewhere on the market on the papers in India, I would have agreed with you. But it's not no way to be seen something a concept of this sorts in India.
Also, I'd like to say one thing, like Zerodha already has a platform for which they cater to their customers' questions. That's called trading Q&A. But it's not basically a peer-to-peer communication thing. By peer-to-peer communication, you are enhancing engagement through, because people are always looking at that factor, that people want to communicate, people want to know what others are thinking. That's always the key to engagement, and that's always the key to people participating more in something. The advent of social media sites was the very same thing. We're not necessarily looking to compete with directly with the discount brokerage firms. We'd perhaps look to partner with them in some form or the other by providing a third party gateway or something. Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys. So the time for Q&A is actually up. We'll have to move to the next team.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team Mavericks. That was indeed a very good presentation. Next up is Team Pacify. You guys there?
Yes, I'm here. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. You can take over. All the best.
Thank you. Good afternoon, one and all. I am Sai Prasad from Pacify Medical Technologies, and we are developing a skin spray gun. It is a complementary to OxyHeal solutions. OxyHeal's what presented, it was for post-surgery, and we are in the surgery. So it is a portable surgical device for spraying skin on the wounds for rapid healing, used by plastic surgeons for skin transplantations. Yeah, we are catering burn wounds, and it is so common in India. Like yesterday's national newspaper reads like 5 people died at serum plants in Pune, and the problem is huge. Like every year, 10 lakhs people injured, and most of them are from the most productive age groups of India. And 4 out of 5 are women and children. And this problem is currently solved using a skin transplantation process, which is lengthy, painful, and expensive. Surgeons surgically remove a large sheet of skin, pass it between a mesher, and the mesh skin is stretched manually to get a high skin expansion. Expansion means stretching it and stitching it over the wounds. And the process is like painful, multiple times surgeries are required, and this extends the hospital stay of the patients. To solve this needs, we develop a skin spraying process, which is a 3-step process. A stamp size skin is sufficient to cover a large wounds, and we mince the skin, mix it with the solution, and spray it on the wounds. And the benefits are it's faster recovery, easy to operate, and reduce hospital stay. We are not alone in the market solving this. A skin cell spray device from US currently in the research phase, hope to be launched by 2024-25. Let's compare with the current gold standard. Since we are able to get good skin expansion because of spraying, the procedure time is really shorter because of like a patented process. It is single click to use, and this all helps to reduce the skill required of the doctors, and the healing time is faster as compared to other process. Our vision is to heal every wound faster and safer, and currently we are pursuing burn wounds, solving the problem of reduction of donor site morbidity and donor site requirement. And this protocol is consistent for other kinds of wounds, from small wounds to even cosmetic surgeries. And this is not just a concept. Clinical validations are in progress. The research results are good. You are in advanced talk with Telangana government for pilot launch of this. Filed 3 patents, India, US, and Singapore. We are a team of engineers from IIT Bombay and IIT DM solving this, backed by advisors who has vast experience in medical device innovations, professors from IIT Bombay and College of Engineering, doctors from reputed in India who has subject knowledge of burns treating for last 20 years from the clinical side. Actually, person for pharma company helps from the sales and marketing. Talking about business models, our primary customer plastic surgeons and burn care hospital. We plan to reach to them by B2B channels partner, And the revenue model includes one-time device cost and post-surgery cost of the consumables and projected revenue of around 3 CR in coming 2 years. Our innovations received some awards and recognitions. Ministry of Defense recognized us as a pioneer defense innovation because this has also a good defense applications. Covered by national newspaper, received some innovators awards across medical device conferences in India. We are privileged to have partners like BIRAC for supporting our funds, Ministry of Electronics, Batik Lab from IIT Bombay. We are incubated Sign IIT Bombay. We are the parts of accelerator partners from Swiss government, American Center, US Embassy, and the GAIN. In a summary, skin spray gun is the only tissue spray device in the market that has higher expansion, shorter procedure time, faster healing, and all this at 1/10 of the cost. Thank you for your attention. I'm open to questions.
Hey, thank you. Sai Prasad, you talked about easy usage. So can you talk about how or where the other solutions fall short and the level of skill required to operate your device versus the others?
Yes, sure. So since it is an electronic operated device, it is like a single click to use. And for the other devices, what is shown in this, we will require a manual stretching at this and stitching it. So just imagine a onion pile of the thinnest layer of the plastic. You want to stitch it. It is very delicate to handle, and you should do it manually till now. And to solve this problem, we are just a single click to use, and we are spraying that over the wounds. So the pain of the stitches on the patient sides and the difficulty of stitches on the surgeon side is completely removed. So it is easy to operate, and this whole process requires currently requires around 1.5 hours to 2 hours, and that is shortened to like 20 minutes because of automating that whole process.
Okay, are there any other downsides to using this solution? In the sense, maybe specific use.
The downsides, yeah.
Go ahead.
Fine. First, the downside is, surgeons are trained from last 20 years of stitching something, and giving a device in them like from tomorrow, don't stitch, spray. So the learning curve is difficult since they are not familiar with the techniques of that. That is one of the downside what I am experiencing talking with doctors in India. And other downside is what I can tell about the which is on the wounds. Chances of that slipping it from the wounds, that is also one of the thing. But we had narrowed that as a narrow focus on that. It is more on the training sides of the doctors. What I'm seeing the main challenges are.
Hey, and I'm sorry if I missed this. Can you just elaborate on what exactly you mean by spraying it?
Okay, what exactly I mean by spraying it is applying a bandage on the wound. Don't apply a bandage, I'm telling it. And then spray the skin on the wounds.
So how exactly are you going to, in what form is it being sprayed is what I want to understand. Do you have a demo video of some sort?
Yeah, I have a demo video of that, how it is sprayed. But I'm just asking the organizers if I have time for that. Thank you.
I am not really sure about that. I don't think that would be possible.
Fine. Or Suraj, I can connect with you offline.
We can take this, yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
But I would recommend including such a demo video in your presentation itself. But yes, let's connect offline.
Yeah, sure. Thank you for that comment.
Okay, so judges, any more questions, or should we move on?
I actually have a quick question here. Sai, could you just help understand how will you scale this? Given it's a devices business, there could be a possibility it might be very linear or flat. How do you plan on what's the plan around strategy around growing fast or acquiring these customers fast?
Okay, fine. So I am in talk with an like a strategic company who are in pharma. Okay, and catering wound care, and they are interested to come in medical devices. So that is one of the partners, because they already.
Sai, I'm not really sure if you are audible. I think that you have gone muted.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you.
Sai, are you there? I think that we'll need to move on now.
Hello.
Sai, you there? Okay, so I think that will move on to the next team then.
Yeah, shall I start?
Yes, Mom's Cart.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys can start. Before that, I have a few requests to make to the participants and all those who are attending. Yeah, guys, just make sure that your pitches end in time, because we're running short on time and we have this time restriction. We need to cover up the event in time. And another request that I'd like to make to the participants is please make sure that you guys are muted during someone's presentation. It might end up disturbing them. So please make sure of these 2 points. And yes, Mom's Cart, you can start.
Okay. Yeah. We feel proud that we live in a country where we see new people, new culture, and new taste after every few miles we travel. Hello, everyone out there. I am Purval, founder and CEO of Mom's Card. No matter what's the age, we always love to have something prepared by our moms. Time flies away, we grow older and move on to new cities and cultures. Let's have a look on the problem that we're trying to solve. Is people across India find no platform that deliver cross-cultural food delicacies. Homemakers with passion find no platform to sell their homemade delicacies online. No platform that allows the regional language food blogging and food connect between the food generations of India. Let's have a look on solutions that we bring into the market. Is online marketplace that sells unique homemade products made with love by moms of India. Let's have a look on our goals. Interconnecting cultures and traditions by food, publicizing the local delicacies of India, promoting the mission of vocal for local, fostering economic independence to the women, promoting the mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Let's have a look on mission on Mom's Card. Mom's Card is on mission to provide economic independence to the women who are the homemakers with time through finest delivery of traditional edible products prepared by Mom's Card family. Let's have a look on She Inspires. Read the inspiring stories of the women entrepreneurs who started their entrepreneurial journey with Mom's Card. On very first, we have Mrs. Sureka Sonwane from Indore. She's the retired government officer. She started her second innings. She sells solar dry products online on Mom's Card. On second, we have Mrs. Meena Jain from Jammu and Kashmir. She sells traditional pickles online on Mom's Card. On third, we have Mrs. Lalita Amol Patil from Pune. She sells traditional Maharashtrian papad online on Mom's Card. On fourth, we have Mrs. Jalakshmi K from Chennai. On fifth, we have Mrs. Preeti Arora from Darjeeling. She sells traditional tea blends online on Mom's Card, and many more inspiring stories of the women entrepreneurs who started their entrepreneurial journey with Mom's Card and now doing their business online. Let's have a look on market opportunities. India's food tech market considered to be the world's sixth largest market. India's snack market projected to reach 1 billion by the end of 2024. India's food tech market projected to grow 15 billion by the end of 2024. India's social commerce market projected to grow 20 billion by the end of 2024. Online ordering, home delivery, cashback facilities, and reward points summarizes the Indian customers. Let's have a look on differentiating factors that Mom's Card bring into the market is homemade products, promotions of local delicacies, regional edible products, economic independence, and in-house women entrepreneurship. Let's have a look on key partners that we are having. Women's running the small businesses, logistic platform across India, tech platform, promotion partners, and tech platform partners. Let's have a look on key activities that we use is user management, sellers, buyers, and promoters, managing payments, delivery, marketing, and supply chain. Let's have a look on key resources that we have is food bloggers network, Mom's Card platform, and logistic supply chain on 20,000 plus pin codes. Let's have a look on value propositions. Qualified homemade products at your doorstep, shipping across India with easy payment methods. Let's have a look on what sellers get is hassle-free setup of their online businesses, being their own boss, and direct payments to their bank account. Let's have a look on customer relationship, the social media, the rating review feedback system, and online events. Let's have a look on channels that we are using is websites, and mobile applications. Let's have a look on the customer segments that we are targeting is the corporate people, working couples in corporates, the metro generations, the foodie generations, and student segments of India. Let's have a look on cost structure, the web and app maintenance, marketing and customer acquisitions, and office payroll cost. Let's have a look on revenue streams, the commission from product sales, MomScart Plus subscription, and affiliate and reseller sales. Let's have a look on timeline and future plans. The idea generation, January 2019, till December 2019, we're beginning of execution and setting up digital imprints. Till January 2020, we're building of sellers network, developing our tech platform, and getting up of initial orders. Despite of COVID pandemic, till December 2020, we successfully delivered 200 plus orders. 500 plus women across India joined hands with MomScart. 50,000 plus people reached across India using digitally. 10,000 plus food bloggers from 100 plus cities joined hands with MomScart to promote the mission of Atmanirbhar Bharat and Vocal for Local. We also conducted Food Bloggers Network Award, received 5,000 plus nominations, and let's have a look on future plans. Team expansion, onboarding more sellers, international market entry, the locally made products by Moms of India on international market, launching of MomScart virtual assistant Mahi, growing of food bloggers network, innovating the supply chain, MomScart microfinance arm, and MomScart ready-to-eat products by MomScart. Let's have a look on financials. MomScart projects a growth revenue of 2.14 CR for the first year of operations, 7.17 CR for the second year of operations, and 63.23 CR for third year of operations. MomScart projects a growth rate of 228% for the second year of operations and 702.01% for the third year of operations. Let's have a look on funds required. MomScart looking forward to raise 1.5 CR, 25% for to be used for tech, 25% for manpower, 30% for marketing, 15% for assets, and 5% for miscellaneous. Let's have a look on team and press release. I am Ankur, founder and CEO. Naman for marketing, Akshat for HR, and US-based Talkyvision.ai to be used for tech support, and Manish Ved for operations. Let's have a look on the press release that we got featured. We also got appreciation from IIM Ahmedabad, IIM Amritsar, IIM Indore, and we also got we also won the Bhopal chapter of Global Student Entrepreneurship Award 2021. Let's have a look on. I hope my this is our website is visible to everyone.
Guys, your time is up. Actually,
Yeah,
sorry to
this is
interrupt.
this is our mobile application available on Google Play Store with 2,000 plus downloads. This is our seller application on specifically for sellers, on which we are upcoming with the reseller model where sellers can share and earn with their products. So this is MomScart all about. This is our food bloggers network. Here you all can see हर प्रोडक्ट में कुछ खास, इन सभी प्रोडक्ट्स में माँ के प्यार का एहसास, इसीलिए है MomScart खास. I invite all the judges, all the dignitaries to visit MomScart and have a look on what is being sold by Moms of India. Thank you so much. I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much, Aman. That was a great presentation. Naman, I have a question here, and maybe I'll during the presentation. How are you handling the logistics?
Sir, we have partnered with the top logistic partners across India, and with the help of these logistic partners, we are managing the deliveries. We have partnered with FedEx, we have partnered with Delivery, and the other logistic teams in regional areas.
Yeah, helpful. Thank you.
Every product sold on MomScart have a FSCCI registration. Every sellers have a FSCCI registration. Also, every product that is being listed on MomScart is doorstep verified with the help of food blogger from the regional city.
How do you make sure that they're maintaining quality while producing the product consistently? Because I imagine they're just working out of their kitchens.
Yes, sir. Whenever a seller get us registered with us, we with the help of a food blogger from that city visits her place, gets a quality check of all the processes and all the products, and based on the feedback of the renowned food blogger of that city, the profile of that food bloggers get approved. With that seller get approved.
Even Swiggy and Zomato are starting to like enable some of this, right? Like then there are other apps also that are doing this, right? Like that House of Mud, I guess. More indigenous kitchens where you can just start selling food from. So
exactly. But the USP that MomScart bring into the market is we only list the unique traditional edible products that have longer shelf life, at least 15 days, non-perishable products. So by sitting in anywhere across India, you can order something prepared from anywhere across India. Like we recently partnered with Mrs. Meena Jain from Jammu Kashmir. She sells traditional pickles online on MomScart from directly Jammu Kashmir to your doorstep.
Aman, I think then I got the value prop wrong initially. Wasn't it a more hyper-local play where, let's say in a particular locality, use local food bloggers and they have transactions? We also have pan-India transactions happening, is it?
Yes, rightly. We have partnered with 500 plus women across India who are doing the business online on Mom's Card. We partnered with 10,000 plus food bloggers for doorstep verification of such more upcoming sellers and quality check of the products.
And
Yeah,
what
what's
traction
your...
do you have right now? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
It's okay.
So go ahead, Suraj. Sorry.
Yeah, what's your CAC been so far?
What? I didn't get your question, sir.
Customer acquisition cost.
Customer acquisition cost less than $1 per customer.
And you have
Totally bootstrapped. We have till date we have bootstrapped the company, and
no,
we
I
are
mean,
four
do you have an
members.
estimate of the lifetime value?
Yes, sir. We have the customer acquisition cost is the one-time offering for $1, less than $1 for first-time acquisition of the customer.
And what's the lifetime value? As in, how much do you make out of a customer typically?
As if now, sir, we are charging a commission range from 10% to 25% based on the product category and the initial price of sellers.
And what's the order size?
Order size varies from 300 to 500 on a minimum basis, and on maximum it goes around 1,000 to 1,500 rupees per checkout value.
And repeatability, how many?
Sir, as all the products sold on Mom's Cart are like khakra, pickles, and the snacks, the dry traditional items. So the life cycle of a customer varies from 35 days to 45 days. Like homemade cookies and the products like such snacks get needed by customers in every 45 or 50 days. So that's as a recyclability. Sonal sir, do you have any questions for me?
The one I have is on acquisition and whether the moms do it themselves as well, or whether it's just
sir, we are coming up with that model also. That is a reseller model where moms also can invite their friends, families to directly order from their portals. So they can just share directly the links of their shops online on Mom's Card, and where the customer can directly come to their shops and make a checkout.
So judges, are we done with the Q&A?
Deepak sir, do you have any question? Yes, sir.
Yeah, you mentioned that every seller is a FSSAI registered seller.
Yes, sir.
How do these people get FSSAI registrations when they
Sir,
are operating?
Okay. From October 2020, Government of India mandatory for every household who is selling online need a FSCCI registration. So they can directly apply on fscci.gov.in, or else they can communicate with the local MNC municipality corporation office. From there, they can get an FSCCI.
Understood. Last question is, you mentioned that you are relying a lot on the food blogger in the respective city to generate
quality check.
Quality. How do you engage with them? How do you engage?
Sir, we are running a food bloggers network available on Instagram, Facebook, and our website foodbloggersnetwork.in, where we partners with the food bloggers, renowned food bloggers of the cities. We connect with them, we organize online events, we engage with them, and we also get them an opportunities where they can get a content and get a quality checks of the products, and they can get it for free. We don't charge for them, and we also get them opportunities from other brands too via food bloggers network, where they can get paid for the content review and all.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
How do you intend to retain the moms on the platform selling their product? I mean, any idea on that front? Because if they'll get a better pricing or lower commission on some other platform. So
yeah, sir. As if now we do not find any direct competitors who are doing the same model. We have some indirect competitors, but these people are not partnering directly with the moms. These are not empowering the moms directly. With the help of Moms Cart Network, moms can easily sell online and with the lesser commission and get their own brands. Moms Cart only help them to come online. Moms Cart manages the supply chain, and Moms Cart denies the branding of those moms. Moms can put up their own brands, that Mahi's Kitchen, Shraddha's Kitchen, and all.
So they can sell via under own brand name, not under
Yes,
Mom's Cart brand name.
Under their own brand name. They can just add up their tags and directly.
Okay, so thank you, Aman. That was quite an energetic presentation. I think we'll move on to the next team now. Tuition Bird, you're up next.
Everyone.
Yeah, Tuition Bird.
Yeah, thank you, IDG and the panelists for the opportunity. I'll share my screen. Visible, right?
Yes.
All right. So my name is Aditya Agarwal and I have here with me Path Gaglani. We are from Team Tuition, but wherein we aim to create wholesome digital solutions for after-school education needs, primarily catering to the tutoring industry. Founding team comprises of 5 IIT IIM graduates with diverse exposure in business strategy, client relations, finance, and software development. We have known each other from college, and coincidentally, three of us ended up working in the same organization. And it was during September last year, Parth and I were given a task to formulate a method to enable seamless training and test taking environment for our remote teams, which was spread over 30 plus cities in Saudi Arabia. Existing methods at that time were either expensive or difficult to navigate and use. And this actually gave birth to an idea which was to become extremely relevant in the post-pandemic context. Right. So over 5 crore students take tuitions in local offline coaching centers in India. But in the digital age, tutors are devoid of affordable technology to give the students a digital learning experience and are not able to compete with the big online tech players. We saw this opportunity and this what motivated us to left our jobs mid contract, dedicating full time in building the product in India. We are also proud to have 4 mentors on board with years of experience in the edtech industry as founders themselves and business heads from multinational firms. So the problem was with the onset of pandemic, tutors faced the daunting task of shifting the classes online, right? And they had to juggle with disconnected applications such as Zoom, Google Drive, Forms, WhatsApp, etc., to deliver the classes. And this resulted in frustrated tutors and students managing hundreds of drive links, 1,000 WhatsApp messages, who were also reconnecting after every 45 minutes or paying heavily to, enjoy uninterrupted learning. What we offer is an LMS platform with VC integrated solution, and it requires minimal technical expertise to use and at zero cost to the tutors. So at Tuition Bud, we focus on complete digitalization of classes, unlimited usage, and building simple to use wholesome solutions, which is also impact oriented. And we are trying to reduce interaction between multiple systems and be a one point contact for all teaching and learning needs. How do we make money? So our marketing efforts will be targeted at acquiring tutors who already have their own student base, and charge the students that they bring in a per user monthly platform subscription fees, which would amount to as low as INR 2.4 rupees per day. The idea here is to shift the financial burden away from the tutors and distribute the cost among the students, making more affordable and to build a recurring customer base via tutors. Our initial traction has been phenomenal. We have acquired over 550 active users within 1 month of launch. Our initial user feedback has been very assuring. People find our product easy to use and are looking forward to more exciting features, right, that can help them bridge the gap between offline and online education. Uh, we have also received media coverage from fine renowned media houses in the past week, including the Times of India. Speaking about competition, Teachment is the largest of the recently emerging players with over 1 lakh tutors on board. Secondary competitors are alternate SaaS platform and disconnected applications that we talked about. Our complete online experience encourages tutors to learn and adopt digital tools rather than merely enabling them to continue their offline practices online. And this is what gives us a competitive edge over others. Talking about a target segment very briefly, if you are an educator or a small mid-sized coaching center catering to the 6 to 12 standard students and seek a seamless and easy solution to shift your classes online, then you are a customer. We are aiming to target a very niche ecosystem of tutors who were earlier running their classes in local physical establishments enabled by word of mouth marketing. We look forward to onboard almost 1 lakh tutors by the end of 2022, catering to almost 5 lakh students. We'll reach out to primarily 4 subsegments of tutor community, and primary plan of reaching out to them is through direct sales and offline media, majorly in cities where competitors are not prominent. And as we grow to be an open marketplace, we'll also focus on referrals, outreach through influencers, learning-based community building, and targeted social media ads. To drive our rapid expansion plans, we are seeking 90 lakhs as seed funding, which will cover the salaries of new employees and the marketing cost involved. We expect the amount to translate into 110K active users and 46 lakhs in monthly revenues by the end of 2021.
Sorry to be interrupting tuition, but your time is up. Actually, please wrap. Okay, thank you.
That's it. Thanks a lot. We're open for questions here.
Aditya, thank you for the presentation. Aditya, I saw you mention that the GTM is B2C. Is that correct?
So we are reaching out to direct tutors, home tutors who are actually teaching in the local communities, and also small and mid-sized institutes who normally cater to the local geography.
Right. And how do you plan to acquire these tutors? Because typically that becomes your bottleneck in growth, right? It's very
right. So with the onset of the pandemic, we saw a lot of tutors, mostly a lot of these tutors who did not, step forward towards gaining digital literacy. Now they are using Zoom and other applications, and they have sort of found a way to deliver the classes online and grow their customer base. Right. So just given an example, there is a coaching institute here in Guwahati where I am based, Naman Educations. It's famous, and people across Meghalaya and Arunachal also know them. So earlier when they were running physical classes, these students were unaware or were not able to, go to these classes. But now that the institute is taking Zoom classes, they also have a customer base in Meghalaya and Arunachal. So this is how it is enabled them to, with the same amount of time, they're able to grow their business. And yeah.
Just to pull on the thread, right? So are you just enabling them to providing them tools to run their classes better, or are you also doing demand generation where you tell them ki, hey, we'll also enable you to get new demand?
Right. So it's a step-by-step process. We are now.
Sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead.
These are tutors of a local presence, right? So they are basically getting their existing demand onto the platforms. But are you also going to help them get new demand, or just tools for running the classes better?
Right, Vamshi. So it's a block by block process. We are building a platform now, and later we'll be opening these classrooms for students to find their tutors from across the globe. Right. Okay. So now it's just a platform where teachers get a hang on how to use it, manage their courses online, take a further step toward digital literacy, and then we'll enable them to source students from across the globe. So we were there in Middle East, we were working there, and we talked to a lot of Indian communities while we were there. Right. And they used to source tutors through a middleman back here in India. And the middleman used to charge them 1 month of fees. Right. And this gave to them a limited access to a teacher pool. And it was not very convenient also. So here we are enabling them from these Middle Eastern countries and across the globe to find tutors, the quality teachers back here in India.
Helpful. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this is primarily only for private tutors who are following their own small tuition classes. Is a focus area for schools as well as institutions?
So schools and institutions, we can offer them the platform. It will primarily be for LMS usage. It is what we perceive because they will be running their physical classes, right? And what we can offer them is a platform where they do not have to use pen and paper anymore for, disbursing the notes or taking tests or also recording lectures. So we can leverage our platform to, teach in schools as well, but it is not something we look forward to now, maybe later.
And also you mentioned in the deck, paying customers will be the student and not the tutors.
Right.
So wouldn't we have extra burden on the student if they want to pay fees as well as they have to
I think
pay for the
Parth
infra?
will take this question. Parth, are you there?
Yeah, so while deciding this pricing, we actually have taken this into consideration. So when we were doing initial tutor interviews while we were building the product, so what the tutors told us is that the tutors who were using Zoom Premium were already hiking up the student fees in order to compensate for the cost that they incur from Zoom Premium. And like all tutors primarily believe that any cost that they incur while teaching the students has to be like in some form or the other via the coaching fees. to be translated towards the student. So that's where we want to make the system more transparent. And when it comes to the pricing, so the platform charges that we are taking is much as lesser than 5% of the course fees that the students are paying to the tutor. So this is how we are reducing the burden as well. Moreover, we will be providing a payment management system on the platform, which would help the students and tutors to like streamline the entire payment process at one place.
Sort of it looks like the users here are the tutors and the payers seems to be the students. So what sort of
Yeah,
benefit
so
students get?
yes, so that is the idea, because that also helps us to properly optimize our marketing cost. Because as we mentioned, we are initially targeting tutors who already have their student base, and the idea behind this is that because of the pandemic, almost all the tutors in the existing scenario are the kind of tutors who have the expertise in the subject that they're teaching and have a dedicated student base, but do not have the time, efforts, or resources required to develop an in-house system to go online with their classes. So that's where this idea comes in, where these guys are looking for existing solutions where they have adopted to Zoom initially, but they definitely want a solution that can take care of the entire technology aspect of their coaching institute.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess we're done with the Q&A, judges. Thank you, Team Tuition Bird. That was a really elaborate presentation. Team Udaan Rozgar is up next.
Yep. Hey, Karan, am I audible?
Yeah, Sarthak, you're audible. You can get started.
Yeah. Is my PPT visible? Hello?
Yes, it's
Hello,
visible.
Karan?
Yes.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I am Sarthak Saxena and I am currently pursuing BTech in Mechanical Engineering from IIT Guwahati. Welcome to the next big thing, Udaan Rozgar. Na India ki apni Udaan. So the problem which we saw was twofolded. One, the service providers were highly skilled and highly talented, but they were not recognized by the community. Similarly, the community people were looking for these service providers who are highly skilled and highly talented to give them the services. So the main problem which we saw was there was a communication gap between the service providers and the community people. So to solve this problem, we came up with a solution. We came up with an online platform whose main aim is to connect the locals of a town to the service providers concerned. We have created our website and our app has already been published on Play Store. Our service providers, as in drivers, labor, guard, maintenance workers, laborers, etc. So, according to our guesstimate, we are targeting about 1/4 of the population of India. Well, our competitors include Urban Company, Housejoy, etc. How are we different? We function in semi-urban areas unlike most of our competitors. Our services are of top quality at reasonable rates. So about our content marketing strategy. Well, ads have been printed in local newspaper and magazines. We have printed about 35,000 pamphlets and they have been circulated in this area. So these are the cuttings of newspaper ads and pamphlet being printed. Now about our social media marketing. Well, we are planning to expand our Instagram handle and we are trying to get positive reviews on our Facebook page. So about our business traction, we are currently operational in the town Biawara with about 2 to 6 bookings per day. We have 2000 plus visits on our website. We have 150 plus users who have installed our app. The last month we have generated an amount of 10,000 rupee through the revenue. We have 750 plus registered service provider. So about our business model, we will take a registration fee of 150 rupee from our workers. A 10 to 20% commission scheme will be implemented on them. We are also generating revenue by showing advertisements on our website and app. There is a different commission scheme for house rent services. So according to an estimate, if we charge 10% commission scheme, we can generate approximately 3,780 crore from India. So this is the prototype. Is the video visible, Karan? Hello?
Yes, it's visible.
So here the user interface is loading. So it is the user interface. Now suppose this is the menu. If you want to book a service, just scroll down.
Is it only me?
Hello?
Can't see the video. I can only see the PPT.
My
Neither can
video
I.
visible?
Yes, the video hasn't really started. The slide is visible.
I guess there is a bit.
You need to say this. You need to share the desktop and not the PPT.
Yeah, in the PPT it is, I guess, a bit difficult. So like, now is it visible? Hello.
Now you need to stop sharing and reshare.
No.
It's not visible.
In your screen share option, you must have selected presentation. Select the desktop, and then we might be able to see.
Maybe now I want to share the video. Share. Now is the video visible?
Yeah.
Yes, it's visible.
Hello.
Yes, we can see it.
So like here, if you want to book a service, just scroll down, click on the electrician taskbar. Then a new page will open where you have to fill the form, like your name, your mobile number, where you want the electrician. Like I want an electrician in Shivaji Nagar, Biawara. Then category electric. I need an electrician for board service repairing. Number of person required is 2, and my budget is 500 rupee. So after submitting the form, customer care representative from Udaan Rozgar will call you to understand your problem more clearly and give you the best service. And this is our team, which mainly consists of people from IIT Guwahati only. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarthak. Judges, we can move over to the Q&A then.
Satak, for the providers that you have, how many providers are you working with today, and what kind of quality assurance, quality control does Udaan Rozgar guarantee?
It is like, I have not studied much, but we generally use Darwin's natural selection theory in this. So like, first of all, we send our team to search like 5 to 6 top service providers in a town. Then we generally give them the services first of all, and we select people from them only, like those who are very good. We give them more work afterwards. Like it is natural selection by giving them work, of course.
But Sarthak, in that process, wouldn't the experience for the sorry, Deepak, go ahead. Very sorry.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought you were done with the question.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But by in that process, wouldn't the customer experience be broken for the ones who experience an encounter with a provider who's not of great quality?
Exactly, sir. So like for that only, we hire 6 top service providers from a town, and from those 6 we take top 3. Like this is the process of natural selection. Like the top performer, we give them more work, and the second one gets less work, but he also gets some work. And in this way, after 5, we reject the other service providers on the basis of their quality, work of quality, sir.
But tell me, what is the motivation for the top 5 in the city to work with you? Because I don't think will have a problem of work, and they'll probably have the reverse problem that they have too much work anyway. So how do you ensure that they follow whatever SLAs that you are committing to your customer?
Yes, sir. We have faced these kind of issues a lot for the first and the second performer. So that's why we ask the third guy to go to give the service. In this way, the process continues, sir. It's like if the top 5 are not there, so we ask the 6th guy to go to give the service.
But it seems like anyone who whoever becomes very popular on your platform builds a brand for himself, right? And then doesn't need your platform after a point in time.
So like our main aim is to eradicate unemployment in the town, and of course it is a harm for the company, and we are still working on this.
Are there any more questions, judges?
How many cities are you in, and how do you decide where to expand to?
Yes. Currently, we are working in a town, Biawara, where I live in, and we have registered service providers from like the nearby 5 towns. In the next 5 months, we will have the perfect amount to rent
offices, like 5 offices and one PC. And after 5 months, we'll expand in like 6 towns. It is our current goal.
Is it necessary for everyone to fill the form whenever they want, the
Yes, and you
service
can,
again?
like in a small town like Biawara, like there are not a lot of technical savvy people. So like generally we get booking by through call, via call only, through the our registered office mobile number. But sometimes we get form submissions also from schools, like if they want a teacher, a English teacher or something, or if a people, or if a SBI manager who just want a massage or something.
So have you looked at doing some sort of an IVR thing where you can automate those calls rather than, um, you know, a live person picking it up every time?
Yes, sir. We are still working on these kind of things, sir. We are definitely trying to bring new things into our current project.
Are there any more questions, judges, or shall we move on to the next team?
Thank you, Sarthak. We can move on.
Okay, so thank you, Sarthak, for the presentation. Go Green is up next. Team
Hello.
Go Green.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. You can get started with your presentation. All
I'll
the
be
best.
sharing my screen. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Gaut. I represent Go Green, and let us talk about the problem that we're addressing: air pollution, particularly the one caused by IC engine exhaust, which is about 23% of the total air pollution in the country. Exhaust emissions, when treated with the existing technology, although meets government pollution standards, work on converting toxic emissions to greenhouse gases and gets added to the abundance in the atmosphere. Our solution to this problem is the Go Green engine exhaust treatment. We use principles of chemical, mechanical, and automobile engineering sectors and capture more than 90% of carbon emissions and prohibit it from getting added in the atmosphere. The climate impact calculations with our tech, given the efficiency which is over 90%, we would collect 22,599 kgs of CO2 every day, with 75% of our beachhead market captured. What we mean by creating value from air pollution is the residue collected from the exhaust treatment system can be processed to further create value-added products like inks, paints, and dyes. Our beachhead market analysis concludes that we are the most benefited with power generator manufacturers as a primary customer segment out of various others like automobile sector, industry and residential complexes, and etc. From an entire segment of engine-derived machineries in the nation to a serviceable obtainable market of diesel power generators in the Pune MIDC industrial belt, it's also a region prone to weekly power cuts, and a diesel generator here is a must-have. We plan to move with the B2B business model where we develop and supply engine exhaust treatment systems to automobile and power generator manufacturers. How will we earn? Our revenue streams are product sales and consultation charges, after sales services like maintenance and repair, royalty income in case of technology trade, and the sale of value added products. Our dream as a team is to utilize air pollution as a resource to create a green, innovative, efficient, and economical exhaust treatment system. Speaking of quantifying our dream, we would like to create awareness and presence in the local Pune sector by December 2021 and to collect and repurpose 500 tons of CO2 by developing value-added products by December 2022. To achieve these, this is our roadmap. We started from a competition-based project and with the feedbacks and insights into the industry through these chemical and mechanical engineering competitions, we decided to explore entrepreneurship as a method to see our tech being implemented. Currently, we're in the research and development phase, where we are exploring and building our tech as well as understanding the working for the industry for us. Our next stage is the lab to market phase, where we plan to enter the market either in industrial collaboration or self-manufacturing. For maintaining our traction, we have been able to raise about 75,000 rupees through competition winnings, a patent application grant from our university, as well as bootstrapping 60,000. For completion of our research phase, we have the following milestones and the funds that we require to complete them. Since we are in the research and development phase, this is our current milestone chart and the funds required for it. Our competitors and inspirations are Chakra Innovation, which has an exhaust treatment unit, and Gravity Labs, which manufactures ink and other products by condensing carbon-based emissions. This is our team. I'm Gautami. I handle the managerial duties. The founder, Mr. Ronak Mistry, and the design fabrication lead, Mr. Pradeep Manjri. Our mentors hail from industry as well as academia, guiding us in the development of our product. Thank you.
Gautami, what stage are we at right now, if I may ask?
Currently, we are in the research and development phase, sir.
And what kind of timeline do you have to take this to prototyping and then testing?
So currently, we have a raw mechanical prototype on which we are doing testings. We have a research facility available with us from one of the colleges that we've collaborated with. So currently, one set of testings is going on, and we are currently in the development of the prototype 2, which is an advanced, more smarter version of the prototype.
Gautami, I think both Chakra and Gravity Inc. Have been around for a while, right? And they haven't really scaled. I know the founders at both those places, and they've had a tough time scaling because generally convincing corporates to install those devices is very, very difficult. It's impossible almost. And specifically, and I think they also started out with the business model of trying to make money from the value-added products, and they quickly realized that that's not going to work. And the focus is, at least I know at Chakra, is to sell the product itself rather than monetize the value-added products that come out of it. So having known all of that, why do you think that you could change that? And how is your product different from theirs? And also, how do you convince the corporates to install this?
So for us, it's not only going with corporates or not directly, since we said that it's B2B, but for us, the value proposition that we offer is, since we are giving more than 90% of efficiency of removing the carbon emissions, we plan to have awareness campaigns and raise awareness in the corporates through environmental NGOs, as well as giving the branding of goodwill, some kind of carbon credit points to corporates, which helps them reduce emissions. And since due to government norms and everything, industries have to maintain a carbon emission to certain levels, we actually give them incentive to not entirely change the diesel generators or automobile sector sets, but have this as an addition, which helps them allow to keep their existing equipment, but still follow the environmental norms.
Yeah, Varun sir, adding one more point down here. Chakra and Gravity mostly they made it as a retrofit device, and it was suited onto the retrofitting part after the sale was done into the diesel genset at the user's end. Well, we are over here also looking out for targeting up the direct manufacturers of the diesel gensets. We are in very much speaking with Mrs. Pratima Kirloskar for getting ourselves into collaboration with Kirloskar itself. So instead of making it as a retrofit device, which could be later on used, added by the user into the device, into the base product, we are directly trying to collaborate with the genset manufacturers itself. So it becomes up an in-house part of the actual genset. I mean, so I sure Gautami can over here show how our interactions with Ms. Kirloskar going upon. That is a potential collaboration that we are highly looking up for right now.
At that point, you're just licensing your product, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, we do have one patent already filed up by us, and we are in process of getting the other two patents. As we say, after patenting, the next step is coming upon for certifications, and we're doing it along with an industry, again, happening to be Kirloskar itself. So over here, we don't just see upon right now, our pilot and test are being run upon with residentials on a B2C model where we are making it as a retrofit and providing it to the user, and we're trying to test upon. But on a longer run, we are looking out how can we actually collaborate with the manufacturer itself, and instead of selling it to the end user, how about to fit it inside the system itself at the initial stage? That's the major target, wherein Chakra and Gravity actually did not try to follow that part, and we're trying to explore that thing. We're not sure also,
But we do hope, because Kirloskar look to be very excited with this right now, and we've been with them for almost last 8 months.
Any more questions, judges?
Just one point on the business model effectively, and what does Go Green look to gain from each of these installations. So how do you think about, assuming you do take this to market and commercialize, what the business model and unit economics will look like for you?
Okay. So, I mean, talking about unit economics, it's a little bit of a trickier. So right now we're running up a pilots, as we said, to be with the residential complexes and on a B2C level. But our pilots we are running upon is not just to stick with the B2C segment. We are making it sure to give a validation to our B2B client, which is, as for now, Kirloskar. Later on, we are also looking out for Cummins and others. So if speaking about unit economics, right now, the model which I have, which she's presented, are with the B2C clients. But we are not looking out more with the unit economics point here. We'll be directly going and collaborating with the B2B client, like the manufacturer itself. And yeah, with manufacturer on one per piece cost, we will be acting as a supplier to this in manufacturers, because what they do is basically, it runs like an automobile sector where they just bring in the parts and assemble it. So we'll be a supplier to them, and as a component would be with there, so we would there. But yeah, on talking about even on both those lines, we are looking at around 18% of a profit margin on both unit side, even on the B2C segment, which we are running as pilots right now, and in future collaborations also with the same part. So we will be looking up with that via our unit economics.
Thank you.
I think let's move on to the next team now. So thank you, Team Go Green. Thanks for providing a fresh perspective on the topic. So now we have Team Eklavya.
Thank you.
Yeah, am I audible? This is Nasima from Eklavya.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Sure. It's visible. Yeah.
Yes. So by the name itself, with the name Eklavya itself, you might have understood. This is providing quality education for the underprivileged. Our vision, we aspire to lift 1 million families out of poverty through education by 2030. How do we do that? We aim to provide quality digital education services to the underprivileged. So what are the problems that we are solving? What are the problems that we are trying to solve? The major three are that there is absence of skilled teachers in budget schools, the small schools, the tier 2 and the tier 3 cities, the small schools in the urban areas also. There is lack of skilled teachers. Then the second is that lack of tech readiness among the schools. The schools don't know how to use the technology, or they are short of resources to use this technology, existing technology. And then the third problem that we are trying to solve is the lack of comprehensive solution supply. There is no single solution that can cater to the entire e-learning and digitization of content segment. So these are the problems that we are trying to solve. There are existing edtech platforms and there are budget schools, but 90% of private schools provide affordable education. They cannot pay a lot of amount for the digital education platforms. 44% lack personal attention to students. 90% of the market is in the lower tier cities, which is not being taken care of. And beyond that, 92% of K-12 students are in the state curriculum, and there are not many solutions which are catering to them. So what do we do? Our first solution is the e-learning app. We have the video content, we have the question answers, we have our own teachers explaining all that. We have the chapter summary, the textbook content, we have the practice test, mock test, and the examination module. This is how our app looks from the student user ID. So these are the video lessons, then the practice test, then the mock test. Once the mock test is done, the student can see his result. This is a school information management system. This is how the admin app looks from the admin point of view. The admin can create a test within 2 minutes from the mobile app itself. And you can also take attendance, manage the school information management system. So regarding the school information management system, we have all these integrated in the app, and some more features are coming up, like the doubts regarding doubts, we haven't yet included that part. If a student has a doubt, he should be able to get answer from either his teacher or our own faculty, that we are integrating, and 1 or 2 among these are yet to be integrated. So what is our unique proposition? Ours is a one-stop affordable solution. We digitize content. We are trying to go towards adaptive learning model, and our test preparation is very good. The schools are benefiting a lot from it. What is our impact so far? We have 400 schools on board. This happened in just 6 months, and our customer acquisition cost was very low. It is 2 rupees per student. I'll tell you why we are talking about students. We have 50K active users, and the average daily user time is 52 minutes. So first year, this is what we have achieved: 40 lakh revenues. Around 10 lakh is yet to be received. We are expecting that by March we will be able to do that. All these 400 schools are from Telugu states itself. You can see on the left the app in the Play Store. So what are the year 2 targets? In the second year, we are going for a pan-India expansion. We want to diversify content, and the most important part, we were into only B2B segment in the last year. Now we plan to go ahead into B2B2C model, where we will introduce paid courses within the app, within the store, and the paid courses will be on programming, languages, extracurricular, and test preparation. Test preparation like Olympiads, NEET Foundation, IIT Foundation. So in the second year, we plan to scale up to 2,000 schools, and 1,000 schools from Telugu states and 1,000 schools from the rest of India. We want to go to pan India by focusing on central syllabus schools, so that we get a foothold at least in each taluka, in each district, in every state across India. These are the key metrics. Average rating, the client's daily average revenue per user is 18 rupees. Average time spent. So this is an addressable market. 1.6 million schools, 4.6 lakh private schools. In the 4.6 lakh, 70% of private schools, they are affordable segment. They fall on the affordable segment, where the student pays less than 12,000 per year. This is the segment that we are trying to cater.
Sorry for interrupting. Could you please wrap up? It's 5 minutes.
Yes, I'm mostly done.
Thank you.
So this is what the addressable market is, and this is our team. I'm Narasimha Dantineni. Anupreet, the other co-founder, is also with us here. And yes, thank you. I'm open to questions.
So Narasimha, what would explain the rating? One slide showed 3.7, then you later said it's 3.8. So how do you?
Okay. So I think this 3.8 was in a few days ago, but now the today's rating is that's a screenshot of today. So I wanted to put the latest figure. So
no, I'm not talking about the difference. I'm asking about what would your aspirational rating be? How do you?
Aspirational rating, since we were a B2B market, if you see the ratings, some of the ratings are even funny. I think 4.2 or 4.3 should be good, but that we'll be able to achieve only when we introduce our own courses. Because this is going from the schools, the students are feeling that because it's a compulsory education, I think that part there is scope for improvement. And I think once we release our own courses, we'll be improving to, we should try to go to above 4.
Any more questions, judges?
So currently you're digitizing existing educational content which is there, which is provided by the state board.
Yes, sir. Yes.
And currently the only language is Telugu that we are operating in.
No. We cater to the English medium schools.
Okay.
Of the state syllabus. For the first year, we have catered to the Telugu states, English medium schools, but they need a bit of touch of vernacular language also, because most of the students from the lower tier cities, they don't understand complete English. So they need a mix of vernacular and English. So that is a segment that major players are not targeting, and that is what we are planning to target.
And it's across all the subjects and objective and subjective both kind of a
Yes,
content.
yes. Judges, anymore?
Okay, I think so. Let's move on to the next team now. So thank you, Team Eklavya, for your wonderful insight into the subject.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the opportunity.
So now we have Team Professor. So are you there, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mahendra, will you share the screen?
Yeah. Is it visible?
Just a second. Yeah, it's visible now.
Okay.
You missed it. All the best.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Every country is now focusing more and more on the quality research. Even India is not behind now. With the introduction of new education policy, they have introduced the importance of research. And we, Team Professors from IIT Guwahati, with the same aim of promoting research interest among the students, are presenting our idea in front of you. But where exactly are the problems that a student faces when they are trying to make their career in research? We found out that there is a lack of knowledge and awareness among the students about research internships and the procedures for the same. There is a lack of proper consultancy and resources when they are deciding their research fields and colleges. And in this domain, price and quality is also a concern. What are the possible solutions? We want to provide a proper and inexpensive guidance platform, and we want to create a one-stop for all the research-related resources where we provide all research-related career opportunities at one place. Via our products, which are consultancy service and database service. By their names, they sound to be trivial, but they are not. In database service, we are providing database of all the professors from esteemed universities across the globe with various filters like location, institutes, research area, number of citations, etc. And students can come to a website and find out the perfect professor for them via using these filters. In consultancy service, we are providing a catalog of consultants who are students only from various institutes and their particular research area. And students can come to a website and view their catalog, and they can see the rating and reviews that their consultant has got. And by looking at the available time slot, they can book a session with their consultant. So this process will be an inexpensive process, and we will screen the students before making them as our consultant. We are using the service as a product model here to create an on-demand consultancy platform. And in database service, we are saving a lot of time for the students, because this process of selecting the professor under whom one can do research is a very long process, and it took around 15-20 days, because visiting each and every site takes a lot of time. We are reducing that to a few minutes. Now, coming to the market size, this is only for 1 year, and currently only we have targeted Indian students. If we expand it to global level, that can increase. The total ever market comes out to be 20.3 lakhs, and taking the constraints of number of consultants and number of sessions per consultant, the target ever market comes out to be 1.37 lakhs. Handing over to you, Mahindra.
Okay, so this is about business model. So this is one example, like any user can visit our platform and they can see the different consultants on our platform, and they can see the field of expertise, available time slots, and many other things. So they can book any consultant, and then while booking, they have to pay around 500 rupees. After paying the amount, we will give them a meeting link. And after the session completion, we will give the 60% amount to the consultant, and we will take 40% as a commission. So as our market size is around 1.37 lakh, so and average price is 500 rupees, and we are taking 40% as a commission. So our estimated revenue for 1 year is 2.74 crore rupees. And for data service, presently we are not charging anything. And this is our milestone. Like, we will launch the platform for MTech aspirants on March, then for BTech aspirants on May, and then for PhD aspirants on October. And we are open for research internship and foreign studies throughout the year. So this is our market strategy, how we are going to acquire the users. So especially we will focus on social media marketing. In social media marketing, we will target LinkedIn and Quora. On LinkedIn, we are already having more than 20,000 active student connections.
Then we will use content marketing. In content marketing, we will have exclusive news which is related to latest research from any institute. Then we will have collaborative marketing. We will collaborate with different institutes like IITs, NITs, and other institutes. So these are our competitors. First one, Yoked, Mildred, and iDream Career. So they are basically doing somewhat consultancy, but nowhere is independence for students to choose their consultant. So on our platform, they can choose the consultant, and this will work as a one-stop platform. And we are having exclusive database service of professors, which will save the time of students a lot. And this is about investment and use of fund. Like for 12 months, we are seeking 48 lakhs rupees, and we will use this fund in hiring. It's especially key hires will be marketing, sales, developers. We will use in sales, advertising, and web hosting services. And this is our estimated revenue, 2.74 crore rupees in 1 year. And this is our team. I'm Mahendra Yadav from IIT Guwahati, and he's Parag Agarwal from IIT Guwahati. Both are fourth-year students. So thanks a lot. So do you have any question? Yeah.
How frequently do you expect anyone to go through counseling sessions with you?
Yes, so a user can go to the counseling when he wants to select a research field in which he want to go, or he is confused about college selection as well. So these are the few points where a student might come to counseling.
Okay, and is that periodically, maybe a couple of times a year, or less than that? I mean, I'm talking about it from the duration of their undergraduate course.
Yes, so we do not expect the user to come again and again on our platform for the consultancy, but there are a number of users, and they want consultancy at least 1 or 2 times during the course. So every year we can get a lot of customers, new customers. That's what our target is.
The size of the market seems quite small, right? If you're saying that 1.3 lakh.
Yeah, so that is yeah, come to say. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
so this is the users, not in rupees.
But in it, you show in the next slide, I think 2.75 crores as the first year revenue, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But if the whole market is giving you only 2.5 crore of revenue, isn't that quite small?
Like this is about targeted available market. We are not talking about total available market. So this is like this is what feasible for 1 year for us.
And also this is currently only for India. If we expand it for global level, because this model can be expanded to global level, right?
Got it.
Okay, any more questions, judges?
You mentioned Mindler in your presentation, who are probably a little ahead of you in a similar space. So how do you how do you expect to catch up and overtake when there are others in the same space? How do you differentiate yourself?
Yes, so Mindlearn is mainly focusing on foreign education and not specifically in the research domain. They are not providing one-on-one consultancy service, and here we are providing a platform so that the student can choose with whom they would like to consult. And we are providing a database service which Mindlearn is not providing, which is we think very important for those who wants to do a research internship.
Okay, one more point. Like on our platform, there is a full database of different institutes professors, like IIT, NIT, and other professors. So basically, the process is very lengthy nowadays. Like if any students want to do research internship, then he may take 10 to 11 days to make a full database. Like any students want to do research internship in ML field, then what he will do, like he will visit one by one every IIT, then CSE department, then ML the ML field, and then they will select the professor. So it will be very lengthy process. But on our platform, they can get the full database. They will just type a keyword ML, and all the professor will open. So it's the process of within seconds. So this is our unique point, so that we can attract the customers.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Team Professors, for such an illuminating presentation. Now we shall be moving on to our next team. So next up we have Team Spec Cable.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, hello. Should I share my screen?
Yeah, sure.
Let me know if it's visible.
Just a second. Yeah, now it's visible. You may start. Okay, thank you.
So, hi judges, hi everyone. So, as we know that learning disabled children are mocked, demeaned, and looked down upon. So, here we are, Team Specable, to bring them on par with normal children. Now, speaking about few of their problem, teacher in school are not sure how to deal with such student, because of which they are not able to keep up with their peers and are usually forced to some other schools. Now, if you really wonder, is this a very serious issue, then look at these news cutouts. And even there was an article in which you can see here, no IIT degree for learning disabled student as court refuses relief. So one girl was not able to clear some examination because of her disability, and she filed in petition, and which was not approved by the court. So how are we going to solve it? So initially, we are planning to go to school. We will target the primary grade children. We will provide them with assessments, which will be identified, which will be evaluated by the therapist. And the children which are identified as learning disabled, we will provide them with a product Specable. Now, what is Specable? Specable is a hardware frame with camera and speaker, along with different accessories to aid learning disability. We aim to solve two major learning disability, dyslexia and dysgraphia. Speaking about dyslexia, in which children are not able to read properly, the children will bring the notes in front of the camera. The camera will recognize the notes, and it will be computed via cloud computation, and whatever text will be written or will be recognized by the camera, it will be converted into audio. So it will be a good text to speech exercise for the children. Now coming to dysgraphia, in which children are not able to write properly or they make a lot of grammatical errors. So similarly, the camera will capture the note, and if there will be any error in that, it will be relayed by the speaker. We have also published the patent for the process and the proper frame of the product. We also plan to incorporate AR games and exercises, and we will provide in-depth analysis of their weakness and strength in coordination with the therapist. Now, coming to customer market analysis, so there are more than 35 million children in India with some sort of disabilities, out of which 4.5 million children are diagnosed with learning disability. We will be targeting 1.5 million of them who reside in urban area and can easily afford our product. Out of all the disability, dysgraphia and dyslexia are the maximum, are the prominent one with more than 90%, and we are targeting both of them. Yeah. Now coming to competitor analysis. So the main competitor in India currently are mentors and therapists. So we had been to Maharashtra Dyslexia Association, which is basically conducted yearly, where all the therapists and psychologists who deal with learning disabled children gather, and we had interacted with them. So we came to know that at least there is a one session in a month, and one session can range like in thousands, and it is continued for like years. So it's a very costly process, and we don't want to compete with them. We want to collaborate with them, so we will take them with us, and we both will grow together. Coming to audiobook, they are starting in nature. So you might have come across applications in mobile where they have pre-installed books or novels, and you can hear it simultaneously. But R is a dynamic. You just need to bring any notes in front of the camera, and you can hear whatever is written in that notes. Chromagen, it's basically a lens, and it has also applied for a treatment of dyslexia, but it was not approved. Google Glass, so we have been to many competitions, and many of the judges compare our product with Google Glass. Google Glass is basically an AR glass, and it has nothing to do with learning disability. Coming to our financial, we are for now we have come up with a retail price of 15,000, and for all the investment, considering all the segment, marketing, content development, salary and wages, overhead cost, we require total investment of 40 lakhs. And if we remove the marketing part, which takes a huge chunk of the investment required, it will be around 10 to 15 lakhs. Exit strategy would be acquisition by one of the potential or competitor. So speaking about our achievement, we were national runner-up at KPMG Ideation Challenge. We recently won IIM Bangalore BizWings competition. We were winner at IIM Ranchi and IT Raipur and others. I will quickly show you a prototype. I'm not sure if you will be able to hear the audio in the prototype. So this is a Raspberry Pi, and a Raspberry module is connected in the frame. This is the note, and whatever is written um, is basically captured and was captured by the camera, and we can hear it simultaneously with the speaker connected. So this is a very basic prototype for now. We are also working on the algorithm that will be required for all the processing. Yeah.
Okay, so the time was up, so I think let's move on to the Q&A.
Yeah, I'm
Judges.
done with it.
Interesting one, Pratik. Just one quick question on don't you feel this would possibly alienate the child even more so in the environment that they are in, where they anyway have a learning disability? On top of that, they're wearing a device which will make them even more easier to pick on. Have you thought about that?
Yes, sir. So they don't have to wear the device like for a whole day. They just need to wear it when they are doing their homework, or uh, a daily session of half an hour in their parents' guidance, uh, just to improve their reading exercise, or so they don't need to wear it a whole day.
Understood. And how do you intend to commercialize this? And how do you intend to go to market?
Uh, so as I mentioned, we will be targeting school first. We have also collaborated with Nair Hospital, which is in the Churchgate area side. So they said that when we are completely ready with our final product, then they will be ready to test our product in the learning disabled children there. And we are in talks with a manufacturer. They require like somewhat around 5 to 10 lakh rupees for the first product that they will make, first one piece. Then it will be like 2 to 3,000 for all the subsequent pieces. Yeah, so we are like in the prototyping phase till now.
Okay.
And yeah, also the children in this video is learning disabled. So we had been to one doctor, and they had tested our first prototype with them.
Pratik, what is the how do you benchmark the product and its effectiveness? Is there a like a clinical trial equivalent for this product?
So we can only do that once we are ready with our final product. Since we are in a very early prototyping stage, uh, we cannot do that now. But yeah, there are various research which stated that having this exercises of simultaneously reading with the text, it improves your reading capability. So yeah.
And is the intent to sell to schools?
Yeah, so we have thought that we will collaborate with schools, most probably the learning disabled schools, because if we target the normal school, there would be like one or two children in a normal class capacity of 50 student, and it will be very awkward for for that particular individual to wear that glasses. So initially we are planning to target only the learning disabled schools where all the children are learning disabled.
Any more questions, judges? Okay, so thank you, Team Speckable, for the scintillating presentation and for a philanthropic vision. All the best.
Thank
So
you so much.
next up, we have Team Jared Bust, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So are you there, guys?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're here. Our screen is now shared. So
yeah,
good afternoon, all gentlemen and people around. Jalodbust is for eradicating manual scavenging. So here, mechanization of fecal sludge management for dignified livelihoods is going to be the root. You can see one small product, which is a portable machine for removing the fecal sludge from pits. The another one is the Sanipreneur, but you can see it has no tap or anything attached to the tank. So everything is going to be mechanized here. This is based on a tractor, but with a dedicatedly designed tank and the Jalodbust. On the x-axis, we can see the timeline, and on the y-axis, we can see the cost. So the red big one is the 67% the toilet type use 67% of the global population, and out of them, more than 10 crore we have built in last 5 or 6 years. That is the leach pit toilet. And when you can see the color, this is the most dangerous place and where the manual scavenging happens. How is Jalodbust different? The regular emptying of the septic tank or the leach pit happens with a vacuum tanker which can only suck out the liquid. But Jalodbust actually enters inside, rather sends the power inside, stirs it, breaks it up, and then takes it out. Being compact, it can also enter the narrow lanes. And who am I? I am a civil engineer from IIT Srinagar. I have been in government for 21 years, took voluntary retirement, then I was in private sector. And then for last 3 years plus, I am a social entrepreneur. I have all through been in hydropower, and hydropower, we are continuously dealing with the sludge, sediment, mud pumping, and this was the manual scavenging was very, very closely connected to the sediment and sludge handling. The USP of Jalodbust is sight, smell, and splash-free fecal sludge handling, and the route to go is creating livelihoods. Mechanization giving the dignity to this work, decentralization so that the entrepreneurship is able to take over this task. Equality and COVID-19 protection comes along. Presently, the patent is in WIPO Gazette. So the problem is 2 million manual scavengers across the globe, 1 billion leach pits need to be emptied from 2 years to 4 years or 10 years. $5 billion are there to be earned by these people. And our solution is mechanization, creating livelihoods out of that, and be part of the circular economy. Catapult Design is supporting us, Catapult Design USA is supporting us in the design. For last 5 years, from 16 to 20, the demand for septic tank cleaning in itself has risen 3 times. So with almost 66% of the toilets coming in last 5-6 years, and almost 100% of them in this category of leach pit toilet. We're going to see a phenomenal demand for this work, and heavens forbid, I don't know, we may be increasing the manual scavengers now. We took almost 1.5 years in designing, building, trying it out with the people, handing the machine to the people for months together, so that they come back with the feedback. Now our product design is ready. In the meanwhile, we got awarded from ASME. We got a grant from Hello Science, Social Alpha through Tata Trust gave us fellowship. We were winners of the ISC award Karnataka startup gave us an award and all that. The problem here is that we have been getting all the paper awards from India. The grants and support is coming only from abroad. From India, we did not get any grant, and the venture capitalists is also not venturing in. We have our collaborations with our mentors at ASME, and we have collaboration with Dayanand Sagar University for the technical support and all other organizations. Our target market is sanitation entrepreneur, whom we call the manual scavenger, is going to be the sanitation entrepreneur, creating livelihoods while serving the people. Institutional buyer is definitely municipalities, and the global society will be using it. Manufacture and license, institutional sales, and new development is going to be your target. So product designing and production, promotion and sales, and partnerships are our three crucial areas to go. And presently we are looking at 75 lakh in 9 months so that we can take it out in the field. And this got a setback with the COVID. All our links for
sorry for the interruption. Please, if you could wrap up quickly.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's done.
Hi, how do you get the sales process? Seems quite difficult, right? On this, to convince people to buy it. I guess the entrepreneur, I don't know how easily he or she could afford the device, and selling into municipalities, I imagine, is notoriously difficult. So how do you see finding yourself? How do you see yourself finding a way around that?
Yeah, for that we have taken up partnerships, developed partnerships from the NGOs, and also some organizations which are doing CSR, supporting CSR. So through that, this product will go through promotion, because we will target the sanitation entrepreneur. Municipality is going to be a second cell, because they have their own method and their own purchase system. But if it has to go global and it has to reach millions of people, at least 2 million manual scavengers, so it has to go the private sector way through training, and we have some linkages on its financing. We have also linkages on its hand-holding and training. The partnerships are there in place. It is a difficult, that's why nobody wants to touch it, but somebody had to touch it. So from my career, I moved out to bring civil engineering into the life of the people in the bottom segment of the pyramid. So everyone looks at the top of the pyramid, but the huge base is left untouched. So it is a difficult task, I do agree.
Judges, any more questions?
Rakesh, just going back to your business plan, are you selling hardware? Is that how the business works?
Yeah, because hardware is our invention. It is one invention, I think, in this sector after 1966 vacuum tanker. So where 1 billion toilets need to be attended, a new technology was needed. So that's why it's a little more difficult. Even trying it out was pretty difficult. And then COVID hit us and we got slowed down. It is difficult, but it is new. Somebody has to attend to it. As you can see here, this whole sector is red. It's so dangerous. All manual scavenging happens in this sector. And without a machine, you cannot help it.
Does any special training is required for the operation of the machine? It's something can be done by some layman guy as well?
Yeah, no, there is. I come from the project management background. So I knew what these people want. So we have made it very, very intuitive, very, very simple. Because it has to go far beyond our reach, maybe into the interiors, into the rural areas. This should be able to move itself so that I am not needed. My project manager training told me I should not be needed. So it will be very, very simple and very, very intuitive and modular design, so that the repair, placement, things become very, very easy. So that's why it is a new thing and a tough one. We'll crack it. I'm pretty sure.
Great.
I got all the support from very good organizations. ASME gave us the year 2020 award for this, and fund also. That is what we are running on.
Is this device mobile, or how it's positioned and how it's sort of set up, this entire device or the machinery?
Please come again.
Is it the machinery is mobile in nature, or are you stationed in a particular location?
Yeah. Actually, this is a system, a small system, which can be now fitted like a petrol engine. It can be fitted in a bike. It can be fitted in a truck. So in different modes, it can be used. This particular machine is designed to handle the sludge, disintegrate, liquefy, and transport the sludge. So left one you can see is a portable machine which can go into a basement, into a narrow lane. The right one is the where the operator will be sitting. It is a different machine on the same principle, and it is a smell, sight, and splash-free machine. So a person will never have to see. The objective is flush to farm. After you flush, the stuff should be visible only in the form of a manure. So no one will be looking at it. So this will be in different modes. Presently, you are working on these two modes. One the portable model, handheld model, another the vehicle-based livelihood model.
Got it.
Okay, so thank you, team Jalodburst, for coming up with such a noble and path-breaking idea. Keep up the good work, guys. So yeah, so now we'll move on to our next team. So the
Thanks
next, thank you.
all.
So our next team is Streak. So are you guys there? Team Streak.
I think they won't be presenting. There's some issue, so we can move on to the next one.
Sure. So now we'll be moving on to Noob community. So team Noob community. Over to you guys. Your audio is not coming, I believe, if you are speaking something. I think the slides are visible, but we can't hear you actually. Can you please type in the chat box if... Sure.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello?
I apologize for the delay. There were some technical issues on my end. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible now. Can you hear me?
We'll be starting now. 1 second. Just let me set up.
Sure.
Yeah. So we'll start now. We at Noob Community are an early stage startup in the influencer tech domain. We are a couple of noobs fresh out of college who wish to disrupt the digital entertainment ecosystem through an interactive community building platform for content creators and artists. Moving on to our problem statement, the digital entertainment ecosystem is grossly skewed. Our influencers are digital entrepreneurs in every sense of the word, but they are restricted to an inconsistent sources of income, such as advertisements and sponsorships. The core issue lies in the fact that established influencers across platforms are unable to leverage their fandom and engage them in a comprehensive manner. Our vision at Noob Community is to create an end-to-end platform which enables these digital influencers to monetize and retain their premium followers through highly personalized engagement at substantial rewards. Moving on to the next slide, where we discuss our value proposition. Our platform allows influencers to offer exclusive services to their platforms and their followers via multiple paid membership tiers. As a basic feature, we shall be offering conventional video calling and streaming tools to facilitate mass communication, as well as an ability to organize virtual events and contests. The patrons can also send direct requests to avail customized services, messages, wishes, and shoutouts. In addition to this, the creators can facilitate conversations within their follower community through virtual discussion rooms, along with live chat and community wall features, which enables networking amongst like-minded individuals within the group. Our influencers can create personalized benchmarks for their followers and reward them for accomplishing the same. A use case example for this can be seen in health and fitness or lifestyle influencers who give their users customized diet plans, exercise regimes, etc. This is actually a good segue for us to introduce Boons, our virtual in-app currency tokens, which shall be awarded to users for a wide range of engagement activities. This includes watching exclusive videos, live streams, or taking parts in contests and events. These currency tokens are redeemed at our very own Noob marketplace to unlock coupon codes, discount vouchers, etc. for a wide range of consumer items, gadgets, appliances, and even these influencers' own merchandise. Now, moving on to our next slide. In our market validation efforts, categories like beauty and lifestyle, fitness, music, and even stand-up comedy have all received great response from the audience. Other influencer genres, ranging from educators to culinary artists, can also use our portal for outreach and revenue scaling. In fact, coming to our revenue model, our primary income shall be from the platform charges paid by these influencers who can in turn quote their own prices from their followers. It will be charged from them on a per user per month basis. We will also be charging commission from brands which market and sell their product through our portal, as well as influencer merchandise sold on our platform. Moving on to the next slide, when it comes to our competitive landscape, we have mentioned key fan engagement startups dominating the North American and European markets, as well as some early stage startups in the Indian ecosystem, like Tag Mango and Tartle. Our moats and competitive advantages lie in our intra-community socializing and merchandising capabilities. We allow these influencers to create tiers as per their own needs instead of a one-glove-fits-all approach. We have added an e-commerce layer to the fan engagement spectrum, and we allow these users to win and earn tangible rewards for content consumption, which is truly unprecedented at a global scale. We have done market sizing through a bottoms up approach. And based on our tentative pricing, we are going after a market worth $4 billion, which is booming rapidly and remains significantly untapped, specifically in the Asia Pacific region. Moving on to the next slide, where we describe our go-to-market strategy, which involves initially targeting micro and mid-tier influencers through selective campaigns, influencer referral schemes, and alliances with influencer marketing agencies. We shall be soon onboarding mega influencers after gaining reasonable traction and market share. We shall be adding a diverse range of brands to our marketplace to maximize user satisfaction as well. Moving on to our final slide, we shall be amiss without giving a shout out to our accelerator, Viridian eSpark, and our mentors, Vibhuti and Setu. We have also partnered with Opportune, an influencer marketing firm for client outreach. You can go through a couple of testimonials that we have received from prominent influencers such as Saurabh Pant and Vedant Kaushik. This brings us to the end of our presentation and pitch. We look forward to any feedback, discussions, or questions on your end. Thank you.
Akshat, what is the mode of acquiring celebrities and for them to monetize whatever they're monetizing through merchandising and whatnot?
Yes, sir. So essentially, the channels by which they shall be operating will be through a mobile application as well as a website. Other than that, for us, how we are planning to acquire these influencers, if that was your question, as you mentioned that we are already in talks with a couple of influencer marketing agencies. So we are signing letter of intents and MOUs with them in order to give us access to a multitude of influencers. Like Opportune, I mentioned, they have access to over 800 influencers across categories. We are in talks with Encompass Ideas as well, which has a roster of over 2,000 influencers. So as on a wide basis, that's the way we'll be reaching out to influencers and also allowing them to form organic portals to our community building application. We have also sent our website link through chat window. So if you want to check it out in a greater detail, you can do that.
So just on a no currency that we are providing on the platform, is it a crypto or is it just a standard rewards points?
No, sir, it's an in-app currency. It's not related to any form of cryptocurrency or blockchain. It's applicable and redeemable within our platform, but it can be redeemed for coupon codes and vouchers for in real life, essentially. But it's not related to cryptocurrency in any way. It's a simple in-app currency, essentially.
Hi Akshat. Actually, there were a few questions in the chat also. So
okay, I'll go through.
Yeah.
Which one are you mentioning right now?
I think there are a couple of ones from Mr. Shubham Rawat.
Right. So he has asked with terms to scalability, multiple platforms are doing it. Yeah. So with regards to this, now, especially when it comes to Asia Pacific and Indian markets, right now, through the course of this pandemic, the concept of personalized engagement has actually seen a lot of boom, and this has been validated by all the influencers that we have interacted with, and this is something that in terms of scalability, I agree that there are a couple of brands who are doing it, but in the Indian ecosystem, there are no major market shareholders. Also, the fact that our product is substantially differentiated from our competitors with respect to the addition of an e-commerce layer, and the fact that we are giving tangible rewards to users. So I agree, and also the fact remains that this is at the end of the day a premium product. But as per our own unit economics and revenue models that we have built, it's scalable even with the premium model. And the fact that we understand that only the top 1-2% of the audiences will be ready to pay for exclusive services, but that is more than sufficient for us as well as the influencers to earn a sustainable income. So I hope that, yeah. Thank you, Shubham. Are there any other questions from any jury members or anyone? Or any suggestions or feedback are also welcome.
So I think let's move on to the next team. Thank you, team Noob community. So yeah, it was a really splendid presentation catering to noobs or novices who are not much tech savvy. So yeah, keep it up, guys. So now we have team Arogya. Are you there?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. You may begin. All the best.
Thank you.
36%. A mere 36% of women are currently using sanitary napkins out of a huge 336 million. 70% of reproductive diseases in India are caused by poor menstrual hygiene. These are startling figures.
Having conducted on-ground research and demand surveys in 15 sites, we found that the problems of unawareness, unaffordability, and unavailability of sanitary napkins are rampant across hundreds of slums in rural India.
To solve these issues, we created Arogya, creating a supply chain model which directly provides good quality, low cost, semi biodegradable pads to the village level social entrepreneurs, thereby eliminating middlemen.
For achieving this, we followed a stepwise approach, which included conducting demand surveys through questionnaires, using 100% biodegradable packaging for sanitary napkins available in two sizes, regular and XL. We first decided to implement our model in Shastri Park. We started with Gangadi, our first change maker. Let us now hear what she has to say.
एक साल पहले हमारी ज़िंदगी ऐसी थी कि मैं सोच भी नहीं सकती कि हमारे साथ क्या हो रहा है, मगर एक साल बाद अब हमारी ज़िंदगी ऐसी हो गई है ना कि मेरे पास इतनी खुशियाँ आ गई कि मैं कह नहीं सकती.
Our marketing strategies include Nukka Nataks, community sessions with local people to have a personal touch with them, health camps with gynecologists, and also exploring print media.
Now let's look at the market at hand. The market is currently 431 billion large. We plan to capture 2.5% of the serviceable available market. Observe that the market is currently also growing at 6.13% right as we speak. The possibilities are endless. Our USP is our price, which is 30 to 35% lower than the competition. Personal selling and community sessions have garnered more customer loyalty, leading to improved menstrual education and thus inculcating a behavioral shift among these communities.
With 80 plus community camps, 2 lakh plus pads sold, our revenue exceeding rupees 5 lakhs, we have impacted 27,000 plus women and have created 9 financially independent women entrepreneurs in 7 areas.
Now, such a large market is bound to have competition. Our main competition comes from Jan Aushadhi Kendras and local brands. By better quality and low prices, they make us stand out. It enables us to position ourselves in the quadrant of low price and high quality.
We have managed to achieve a healthy profit margin of around 18% on total revenue of rupees 5,71,000. Reduced transportation costs, good inventory management practices have helped us achieve better margins, and via detailed analysis of unit economics, we managed to earn around rupees 1,02,000 worth of profit within a year. The model is entirely self-sustainable as we cover all our expenses through our sales.
Now, this is a summary of what we've been discussing till now, our business model canvas. You can have a look at it.
We also keep a look at the future prospects. Our expansion plan is divided in 3 phases. Phase 1 includes expanding to 7 more slums and villages. Phase 2 includes expanding our areas of operations pan-India. Phase 3 includes further expansion through entrepreneurial units and SAGs. Increasing sale and economies of scale help us reducing the per packet cost by about 21% and thus further increasing our profits. Future plan of action includes 5 phases: registering as a private limited company, supplying 100% biodegradable sanitary napkins, launching an e-commerce website, expanding in other cities, and collaborating with state governments to expand the areas of impact.
Now, our constant efforts have garnered us various achievements. We have been featured in the Times of India, Amar Ujala, and Hindustan Times. We are currently incubated at NSRCEL and Telangana State Innovation Cell. We are also the winners at Misfits Incubation Challenge to qualify for the global finals. Now let's meet our team. I am Falak Nagar, CEO.
I'm Garima Agrawal, the Chief Financial Officer. And we have with us Anirudh Arya, the Chief Operations and Research Officer.
And this is Arogya, DU's very own Padman. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi guys. I saw that you estimated the market size as $431 billion. I just was intrigued. How did you come to that market size?
The market size is currently because you see the population is currently growing. So it's out of like the pads and all. Women use it, every month, and they're like so.
And yeah,
Like on a, yeah.
And like adding to what
Yeah,
Falak
Garima, you
said.
can continue.
Okay, thank you. Like, thank you for the question first. Adding to what Falak said, sanitary pads is one thing which every woman needs. And we mostly prefer and look forward to the slums areas where they don't have access to sanitary pads or they are not aware of using it. So we estimated accordingly. First, we estimated in Delhi and then we moved pan India, the rural slums area.
No, so even if I was to do a rough calculation, right, you have about 600 million women in India, 700 women, and if they spend $100 on sanitary pads in a year, which is again a lot more than what they would actually spend, that market works out to about $60 billion. I think you should look at that number again.
Yeah, well, yeah, well, thanks
Yeah,
for the
we
feedback.
surely take it into consideration. Thank you.
And just coming to the pricing, you mentioned the deck, so pricing is 20 rupees per pad, or
it's per
a
packet.
package?
Yeah, it's per packet. A packet contains 7 pads.
Yeah, we take in 2 sizes, regular and XL. The regular one comes for 20 per packet, sorry, and 30 per packet for the XL size.
Was there any specific materials that you guys are using apart from? Yeah.
Yes.
No, please continue.
Yeah, thank you for the question. We use two layers of cotton, and then the packaging is 100% biodegradable. It's semi-biodegradable right now, with one layer of plastic, and also we use an onion chip, which helps reducing the peculiar smell which comes out of using sanitary pads. And we are also looking forward and in the future prospects to make our product 100% biodegradable.
Okay.
You mentioned that there is local competition. What may it's like, why can't other people copy your product? What makes it so unique that, or there's nothing that they can't copy, and if over time they potentially could copy your product as well?
Yeah, so we any person, they can copy a product. We get it manufactured from a company, but as I mentioned, our marketing strategies are so strong that we grow on ground to do those slums. We go there and we have a personal connect with all these people through Nukkad Nataks, through community sessions. We spread awareness among them, and also we identify a woman entrepreneur amongst themselves, so that we can get better customer insights. So I think that personal connect is the one main feature to which people would come to us, and
Yeah,
we get customer loyalty. Yes,
adding to what Garima said. Firstly, our prices are way too low, 35% low, as you can see on your screen. Along with that, our motive is also to empower the women communities, right? So we make them financially independent, transform them into entrepreneurs. And yeah, as Garima said, we create a personal connect because our women entrepreneurs, they are a part of the communities in which we are selling these pads. So they provide direct feedbacks to these entrepreneurs, and thus there's a personal connect with our brand, and we are able to create more loyalty than as compared to other brands. So we're moving fast, and yeah, the loyalty is high.
Any more questions, judges?
One last point on the price point and the margins that you're able to earn. What kind of gross margins are you looking at?
Yeah, so currently our procurement cost is 1.7. 60% is our margin right now, out of which 37.5 goes to the entrepreneurs, and 62.5 we keep as our reserves in reinvesting in the business.
Understood. And procurement, you're doing this through someone else, or is the pad itself part of IP for you?
So currently we have a manufacturer in Noida, but we are planning. Our long-term goal is to launch our in-house manufacturing unit.
Okay, understood.
Okay, Team Arogya, thanks so much for taking up such a bold and sensitive issue that is pertinent to almost half the population of the world. So thanks for the amazing presentation, guys.
Thank you to the judges for the feedbacks. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw feedback in the chat box too. We'll take it into consideration for sure. Thank you so much.
So now we are down to the last three pitches for the day. So first up, we have Team ACS.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible. You may start now. Okay. All the best.
Hello, judges. So we are from Team ACS, and we are going to walk you through our idea. In our country, there are innumerable ponds and waterlogged areas which have a persistent covering of plants like water lilies, lotuses, beets all the year round. These are somewhat discarded by the people or used for common odd jobs. So what we intend to do is that we are going to tie all these plants together by means of straws to form clusters that float. If they are found to be unstable, we provide additional support by means of green bamboos and wooden ridges. Once they are ready, we cover them by a layer of soil mixed with organic manure. Then we are going to add beneficial fishes to the pond. We found out that the pH of a pond consisting of fishes is 6.5 to 9, that is slightly alkaline. So we grow such exotic plants over the floating farmlands, like plants like beanpole, lima, etc.
And we plan to sell them to the retailers and premium restaurants. The market is expected to grow at a CAGR of about 20.5%. And coming to how will it create a positive surge for the people, planet, without making any compromises on the profits, and let's have a look at that. Coming to people, we will make the most out of the but offer employment to the daily laborers. Planet-wise, the system will create a symbiotic environment wherein the fixed excreta plants will work in tandem to complement each other. And profit-wise, no doubt the yields will not be on par with the conventional method ones, but this will be compensated by lower cost of production and higher prices of organic products, which will lead to a quick surge in profits.
The following table shows us the names of some renowned startups in the organic food industry which are similar to us. We have done a thorough research on them, which includes the city they are situated in, the type of crops they grow, the area used by them to grow the plants, and the financial aspect of the company. Now the next slide depicts the comparison between an ideal aquaponic startup and an Acer farm. As you can see from the bar graph, the huge level of cost incurred by them to grow and maintain their organic produce, while an Acer farm have very low operational and setup cost. Moreover, the nominal amount of investment required makes our produce cheaper than the current market rate. With a low setup cost and an eco-friendly impact on the environment, makes us better than our competitors as shown by the graph.
Here we have calculated every cost per meter square basis. Cost of agriculture and pisciculture is 162 per meter area and 1860 per meter area respectively. Taking the growth rate of seeds and the mortality rate of fishes into account, the revenue generated by selling our produce is 3,300 rupees per unit area. Here the graph takes into account the structural cost. As we can see, in the first season, we will be incurring a loss of about 222 rupees per unit area. For the next season, we will get a reduced profit of about 1056 rupees per unit area because we will be covering the loss suffered previously. And from then on, we will get a profit of about 1278 rupees that till the structure lasts, that is about 4 to 5 years. In a year, an average pond of size 200 square meter will have a profit of 4,66,800 when a structure is made. But if a structure is already constructed or it is not required, then we will experience a profit of 7,66,800. We have also conducted some qualitative research with some pond owners by presenting our ideas to them, and 75% of them were looking forward to it and wanted to implement it in their own ponds. So our plan is to build a ACS farm of 200 square meter of area, and the investment required for the project is about 10 lakhs, as we will need capital to suffice for at least 2 seasons, as it will make it profitable and have suitable returns.
Thank you, judges. You may ask the questions now.
Quick question. Yeah, I imagine ponds are distributed, right? You're not going to find a cluster of ponds. Your operations are going to be very distributed. So how, and doesn't that then have a massive impact on logistics costs and just
So,
overall operations?
in states like Assam and West Bengal, there are small ponds and waterlogged areas in almost in every nook and crook. Like there are small ponds surrounded by a group of houses, or in a locality there are 2, 3 small ponds which are close by, and we are going to procure all the raw materials. Basically, there is the only raw material we will be needing is the soil requirement and the wooden bamboos if a supporting structure is needed, and all these can be procured at very locally. So the logistic, thereby we think that the logistic requirement will not be that much, because all the available things are locally available, all the materials, raw materials.
Also, just one thing. So all these ponds will be public property or to be under ownership of government or local authority. So whether there will be a regulation or you guys would require some permission.
We are going to lease it from our owners. We are going to have, mainly we are going to have two revenue streams. First, we are going to we are going to take it on lease from the owners. Once it is ready, we are going to sell our product. So basically, initially it will be product based. Once our idea, the ACS farm is quite established and people start noticing it, we are going to further expand it to service based. Like we are going to provide the service of creating ACS farm. Like people are going to contact us and we are going to set up an ACS farm at their ponds.
So it's on a private land or private farmland. Some
Yes,
backyard
yes.
is available.
Are there any more questions, judges? Or shall we move on to the next team?
One thing I would like to mention, judges, please note that one of the major advantages is that it reduces the risks involved in the conventional agricultural methods. Since we are diversifying the production, the losses that there is a chance of losses that involved in conventional farming that is reduced by a lot. And to quote some of the statistics, in Philippines they have combined monoculture of rice with fish cultivation, and that has led to increase of 17% of labor, 22% of capital investment. But on the other hand, it has increased the revenue outcome by 67%.
And the catch of our idea is basically the ponds remain unused in a major time period of an year. So if we are converting a pond into an Acer farm, then the investment required is almost negligible. That makes our idea unique.
I just had one quick question. What is the moat around this idea? I mean, how do you really prevent anybody else from doing the same thing at a much bigger scale?
So we are under second year undergrad students, engineering students. So we are just progressing with the idea. We haven't given it that much of a thought. Like we came up with the idea in November of 2020 to participate in a HALT prize competition, on campus competition, and since then we are developing on that idea itself. So we haven't reached that state. We are in talks with a lot of farmers and a lot of pond owners to set up our first ACS farm, but due to this coronavirus and the pandemic and the college, since the college are all closed, so we are not able to progress at that rate.
No worries. Good work. Keep it up.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Devjit and Varun. That was indeed innovative. Now we'll move to the next team. Arth, you're up.
Hello.
Yeah, you are visible. Yeah, you're audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Hello, sir. I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible. You may start.
Okay, so we three people are there. Aman Sagar this side, Priyansh Agarwal, and Kartik Khandelwal along with me. So should I start now?
Sure.
Okay. A very good evening to everyone present here from Team Earth, passionately moving forward towards making Gaushala sustainable. To understand the problem statement, let's start from the beginning by digging deep into some prominent facts. Firstly, in India, 8.2 million wood-based cremations are conducted every year. 16.4 million trees are cut for the purpose, which could have reduced 18 million tons of CO2 from entering into the atmosphere. Next, 520 million kg cotton wasted per day in India. 35% of it is disposed of unhygienically, clogging drains, while 65% is dumped into heaps, decomposing anaerobically and emitting greenhouse gases. Two completely different problems, right? Deforestation and waste management. But interestingly, we had a common solution to them: earth logs. These earth logs are developed. We developed a composite biofuel made primarily out of cow dung ex, extrude, extruded in the shape of logs to be used in crematoriums, replacing wood. These we did a thorough research for 1 year under the supervision of an IIT Delhi professor to establish the product validation. Once the product idea was structured, we started to partner with Gaushalas to establish our earth production hub there, which initially required essential beginning machineries in the form of log making machines and some storage system. Fortunately, in 1 year, by the end of 2018, we established the first Earth Hub in the largest Gaushala of Delhi, Sri Krishna Gaushala, along with the partnership with the busiest crematorium of Delhi, Nigambor Ghat. Then we started several rounds of concept proof and market validation for another year till we now finally established a continuous supply chain and a regular sales. Further, to create awareness among the mass, we launched Last Right Done Right campaign pan India, including some prominent personalities, which was a huge success. Now let's understand what values we were bringing to the customers that helped us position ourselves better than the competitors, which basically includes the CNG and the electric crematoriums method. Firstly, the acceptability because of the pious and the holy nature of the fuel. Cow dung is considered holy among the Hindu culture. Secondly, the environmental value because of the renewable nature of the fuel, generating profit out of the waste, and technological advantage to name a few. And that's how we have planned to implement the Earth model in a real life scenario in a very simple picture. So, okay, at present, we have two fully established hubs, while two new under construction in Delhi NCR, and the expansion strategy which we are going to follow is through partnership, outreach campaign, and government support. Okay, so as we had established a successful business model with the logs, now since 2020, we began exploring our new ventures to further utilize the wasted cow dung in the Gaushalas and make them economically sustainable by increasing demand and market. This led to our second product, Gomaya Diyas, that is cow dung based diyas. In the month of August, we launched Sangyan webinar series to create awareness about cow-based products among common public, which involved prominent dignitaries. Soon, we began our research and development and engineered the production of aluminium molds used for making diyas. And further launched a national-wide Gomaya Diya campaign, keeping Diwali 2020 in mind. For the production, we partnered with yet another Gaushala in Nagina, UP and Jalgaon, Maharashtra, empowering 127 non-milking cows and generated 50 plus women employment. This was yet again a huge success for us, with selling more than 50,000 diyas pan India, generating revenue of 3.5 lakhs. Gaushalas and themselves earning rupees 1,25,000, 8 corporate clients, and serving more than 150 happy customers. Okay, so now to further facilitate the sales process, we came up with our own e-commerce, EarthCart, a digital aggregator between Gaushalas and customers. Now that we have successfully structured and the sales process of both of our product logs and diyas, we are now venturing into new ideas which can add value to the life of our consumers and further add a step forward towards making Gaushala sustainable through our online platform EarthCart. Some of the new products which I told are Samrani cup, conical and pencil shaped tube, premium diyas, and wall clocks. while new R&D focus are on liquid biofertilizer and portable cow dung drying system to facilitate the existing process. These are some of the Earth brand designs which we are using for gifting and corporate deals. Some of our prominent clients. Finally, let's very quickly go through the cost structure and the revenue stream for Earth. Okay, so assuming a average cow size, Gaushala size of 1,000 cows, we estimated a total capital investment of roughly about 5,81,000 for as a one-time investment and a profit margin of 1,83,000 per month. And the 50% profit share will be given to the Gaushala as their earnings. Rest 50% will be for Earth. Of which 20% will be used for marketing. And we are expecting a break even in the duration of 11 months. So finally, let's go to the team. This was Aman Sagar, the financial and expansion head of Earth, third year BTech IIT Delhi. Along with me is Kartik Raj Khandelwal and Sayyam Jain. And we are the team of hardworking people with varied experience and working passionately, working day in and out to scale Earth as the next big thing in Indian market. Our partners and thank you. You can check us in our online presence at our website, Project Earth and EarthCart. Okay, thank you so much. That was it. We are open to question.
Hey, so what was the motivation for you to start something like this?
So as I told you, it began with the intention to solve social issue of two problems, waste management and deforestation, both of which could have been solved easily with the help of logs. And as we began developing that idea and developing that solution, we now finally ventured into new products based on cow dungs, which will be help to sustain Gaushalas in the longer run. So with what started as another thing, it's now as a societal impact thing, it's now a complete motivation towards making Gaushala sustainable and bringing revenue out of cow dung. Cow dung is the new gold for us, and we can make anything out of it, and we can just sell it in the market like a small clay, and you can use it for different purposes.
So I would like to add one thing. So adding to Aman, so when we ventured deep into when we talked more with the Gaushala owners, we came to know about the plight of the non-milking cows which are there in Gaushalas and how they are smuggled across the border for consumption in Bangladesh or other regions. So that is when we realized that how our project can create an impact and better the lives of these cows who are being smuggled and abused for their flesh. So that was another motivation for us to manufacture more and more carbon products so that the Gaushalas will can earn enough to take care of these cows instead of just letting them roam freely on the road and consuming garbage from the roadside. And so that we also wanted to better their lives.
And also the cattle industry in India is somewhat unorganized. So because most of the government influence, I'm not like targeting anyone, but yeah, that's a plight for us. That it's a disheartening thing for us. So we wanted a startup in this field because there need to be a private enterprise that can tackle the situation and bring some organization, a well-maintained structure to the cattle industry in India, which has its own advantages, and we need to leverage those things.
Okay, so thank you, team. Just a second, I'm sorry. Okay, thank you, Team Earth. Aman and Karthik, I think that was really inspirational. Keep up the good work. You guys are doing great, I guess. So we'll move on to the next team.
If you have more questions, we can answer. Is the time up, sir?
Yeah, the time is up actually. That's why.
Okay. Thank you so much.
So can you please post a question in the chat box?
You can post the questions in the chat box. We can reply afterwards, and any feedback from the judges panel that will be appreciated because we are seriously looking forward to some.
Sure, Karthik. Okay. Okay, so next up is Team Infinity X. Satyam, are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, you can start with the presentation. All the best.
Yeah, thank you. Hello everyone, I'm Satyam from InfinityX Innovations. We are making EV charging faster and cheaper than petrol refueling. So prior to working on this, I think worked on developing helmet sensors for Bounce and Vogo bikes. While interacting with its founders, I think learned that uh, Bounce was looking to electrify its fleet of over 5,000 vehicles in Bangalore, but couldn't due to the long charging time of EVs. I was looking into a manual swapping solution to solve this. And Bounce is not alone facing this issue. Today's EVs are not viable for commercial operations. They cost 30 to 40% more than their ICE counterparts, take several hours to charge, and this lack equivalent infrastructure for charging. It is why we are developing the next generation of battery swapping technology, where our our system can swap your electric scooter battery in just 15 seconds. Our battery packs are modular, and the same stations can serve two-wheelers, three-wheelers, as well as small four-wheelers. So the way it works is that instead of a user spending several hours at the charging station to charge his vehicle, once the user connects the swapping cable to the EV, the discharge cells travel from the EV to the swapping station and are replaced by charge cells from the swapping station. So to make this happen, we are making our own battery packs as well as the swapping station. To your left, you can see your traditional battery pack, which is rigid in form, whereas our battery packs are flexible so that they can be compact once inside the EV, but can unfold to travel through the swapping cable. So same thing again here. You can see a charging cable and a swapping cable where the charging cable allows the movement of current. I think swapping cable allows for the battery cells to move to and from the EV to the swapping station. This was a small proof of concept that we built for a cycle. Yeah, so it is not just a physical separation of battery from the EV, but also separation of ownership. Uh, we will be offering these battery packs for free, for thus decreasing the cost of EV by 30 to 40%, and the customer has to pay a monthly subscription cost of 1,500 for the 1,500 kilometers of usage, translating to 1 rupee per kilometer, which is again 60% cheaper than your petrol vehicles. This battery will be swapped in seconds, hence they don't have to lose revenue while waiting for the EVs to be charged, and there'll be no concerns on the battery life, because the batteries will be owned by us and will be replaced timely. Our initial target customers are small fleet owners who have 10 to 25 vehicles per location, and such as Grofers, Domino's, Voco, etc. These vehicles travel 70 kilometers on a day at a minimum, and this come back to the hub at least once a day. To serve these customers, we will be setting up micro swapping stations capable of swapping 100 vehicles per day with an investment of 6 lakhs rupees per station. Each station can generate a maximum yearly revenue of 18 lakh rupees. To the right, you can see uh, per swap will cost rupees 69 after the subscription limit is over, and you can see the cost breakdown of electricity, real estate cost for the swapping station, as well as the battery depreciation. Every battery costs 14,000 and can generate a revenue of 1,20,000 over its 3-year lifetime. Currently, there are three main methods of charging. First is your AC slow charging, which takes 5 to 8 hours. Second is your DC fast charging, being set up by Ether, etc., which costs 70 to 100 rupees for a full charge, and it takes around 60 to 90 minutes. Third is your manual swapping, where the customer has to carry multiple heavy battery packs from the EV into a manual swapping station. So why now? Today, Indian EV market is growing at a rate of 30% year on year, and by the year 2024, we'll have around 5 million EVs on Indian roads. Also, in August 2020, government allowed the sale of EVs without batteries, essentially making our business model viable. We are a team of 2 from Cambridge Institute of Technology, Bangalore. We have previously worked together on autonomous drones for agriculture. Thank you.
Judges, if there are any questions.
Satyam, I had a question.
Yes.
With respect to battery swapping versus battery charging. I think so far, at least from what I understand, is the industry is yet to decide on which convention would be followed, right? Vehicles are being manufactured both ways. So just a question, just want to understand what makes you think that battery swapping will be the technology that will be adopted, or what's your view on that? Or are you open to battery charging as well?
Yeah, so seeing for the consumers, they're more keen on battery charging, but for the commercial fleet owners, they have already adopted battery swapping. If you see companies like Sun Mobility have this thing already set up several stations across India, and even your auto walas, rickshaw walas have this thing also shifted to battery swapping. So the adoption is quite high for the commercial users in case of battery swapping, which is our main target market.
Yeah, got it. So you're going with the B2B approach, where you'll
Yes.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Satyam, just one point on the feasibility of of removing charge cells. When do you expect that to become deterministic with respect to your trials and getting to manufacturability for those battery packs?
Yeah, so in like another 6 months, we aim to launch our first swapping station in August. Currently, when the R&D stage, we have already gone through 12 or so prototypes, and in the 6 months we'll be done with all the kinds of certifications and ready for deployment.
Any other questions, judges? So if there are no questions, then we have actually come to the close of today's event. This was the last pitch, and I'd like to thank all the participants for making this indeed a great pitching battle and for the smooth conduction. Every team was actually ready with their presentation on their allotted time, which is really commendable. And of course, all the judges for taking out their precious time for this event that our team has worked really hard for. And the result would be declared in the closing ceremony tonight. And before we end, I'd like to request all the judges to tell us about the experience of today's competition and all the pitches that they've seen so far. Starting with Mr. Varun.
Yeah, hi. So first of all, I'd like to thank IIT Guwahati and all their participants for inviting me to this event. It's always good to be at such events. I think you get to see a lot of the problems that people are finding interesting to solve. So I always enjoy coming to these events and listening to these pitches. Congratulations to everyone on everything that you'll have achieved. It's very, very encouraging to see some of the problems that you're solving. So stay the course. It's not going to be easy, and good luck to everyone. And thank you to Karan, Swapnil, and the entire IIT Guwahati team for having me. Thank you. It's been a lot of fun, and good luck to everyone.
It's been a pleasure, sir. Mr. Deepak Chandran, sir.
Oh, this was a very, very fun evening for me, and I had a lot of I was really impressed by the quality of presentations as well as the confidence that a lot of the presenters had, and I wish I had this kind of confidence at your age. But very, very happy with the ideas. At least as far as my scoring goes, it was a very close race. There were quite a few good cases that came up. So I wish all of you all the best. Keep your passion alive, and I hope you succeed in whatever you go after. Wish you all the best. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Sonal Saldana.
Yeah, starting off, I'd love to thank IIT Guwahati and the Disrupt event and the team behind Disrupt 21 for having me as a part of this final pitching session. I think we spent maybe about, I'm not sure how many companies we saw, but the quality is something that's fairly remarkable, and it stayed consistent throughout. And I would say that it's one of the more improved or superior ones to the other pitching events that I've been to, at least. So congratulations on putting together a very high quality final pitching event. And to all the participants and the teams that we saw, amazing level of confidence and quality that went into the 5-minute pitch. So very impressive, and all the best to everyone going forward.
Karan, you're on mute.
Sorry. Thank you, Mr. Sonal. Mr. Amsi.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for inviting me to this event. Thankful to the entire IIT Guwahati organizing team. Was very impressed with the quality and the effort put into by the participants. And irrespective of the result, I don't think this should determine your journey, right? This is only a passing cloud, I would say. So take the feedback. Even if you win, you lose, hardly matters, because the journey is very long. And I hope all the best to each of them. Hope they all make big, and I can then claim that once I was an IIT Guwahati who saw their pitch. So thank you, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Amsi. Mr. Fenel Zaveri.
Yeah, first, thank you, Karan and IIT guys, Guwahati, for inviting and giving me this opportunity. It's quite productive Sunday afternoon, to say the least. I mean, doesn't normally happen this way. So, again, thank you guys, and thank you all the participants. It was really good. I mean, the kind of passion also some of the entrepreneurs have shown, and I think almost everyone has done their study properly, and they were sort of out the mark. So this is really good to know. And again, the quality of the presentation and the clarity of thoughts that the guys had, it's pretty impressive at this stage. So, I mean, best of luck to everyone. And just this is a starting point. It's a long way ahead. So just be on the mark.
Thank you very much, sir. Finally, Mr. Suraj.
Hey, thank you for inviting me, and congrats on successfully pulling off the event. I was quite thrilled to find some startups which I'd like to follow up. So it'd be great if you can facilitate that. And to the others, I do think there are some other opportunities that you can explore aside from venture capital. There are some really talented people solving really important issues, and it might not be that venture capital is what they're looking for. There are plenty of other resources that are available to them, and I think they should look to explore that and possibly grow whatever they're building.
So thank you, Suraj, sir. With this, we come to the end of today's session. Thank you, everyone. Thank you just for your insights towards the end. And yeah, so we come to the end of today's session, and thanks everyone for joining.